today. I just feel old today. I've got a right pain in the geflucht. like the top of, I don't know, like no, any opportunity to say cock. No, it's like you know, like the back of your hips or something. I don't know. Just no, your cotstick is that's the batty bone, isn't it? That's the like. Yeah. What's that? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's just because I'm shit. Just like a shit, like human, like I'm shit at being a physical form. Do you know what I mean? Not like I'm not downing myself. I'm just saying like I'm bad at maintaining my physical form. What's wrong with that? Also, just to top it off, no one can hear you two as well. Just to top it off.
Pause on this recording.
Might be a better show tonight if they can't hear us.
Yeah, oh, they'll hear us. I'm gonna get heard some one way or another.
Yeah, one way or another.
Can't keep me down. Why?
Oh, why?
I am a loudmouth.
Oh shit! Got me sound on.
I am a loudmouth. Like it or not, I am never gonna pipe down.
Anyway.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
So anyway,
Yeah.
are we ready to get this show on the road?
I'm ready to start.
I'm
You
just
ready,
texting.
Chinny?
Yeah, we can start. Yeah. I think
Okay.
we're good to go.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here it comes, people. Watch out and get ready and have fun.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Chinny, other fellas will tell you about
So,
every single
ain't you
game.
guys gonna ask me about my hat?
News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with soundbite saviors.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds. No props that make noises. They cannot stop using them.
It's the veteran gamers. Yeah, boy.
You've told us this story many times.
And you'll hear
Jack
it
the
again.
console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
I'm a potato.
Forget about the badge. When do we get the freaking guns?
Hey, I
Forget
told
about
you. I told you.
the badge.
You don't
When do
get
we
that
get
gun
the freaking?
until you tell me your name.
Hello and welcome to episode 649 of the
What was
Veteran
that?
Gamers
What was
podcast.
that?
I have no idea what's going on.
Yay!
does that
Welcome
mean?
to the Veteran Gamers, episode 649. Next one is the big one, 650. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
I'm Chinny. How are you exposed to? I mean, we don't know what's going on, Duke. How do you expect new listeners to know what's
Yeah,
going on?
so just a minute.
Fuck
Duke-
new listeners. Every week with the new listener. What about the new listeners? How are we gonna new listeners gonna feel? They should have been listening by now. And if they're just joining us now, I'm sorry. Strap in and get ready, people, because it's gonna be a wacky roller coaster.
Duke is now that obsessed with his soundbites that he's actually having conversations with them.
I'm remixing and doing
What
additional sound effects along
the
the way.
hell is going
It's crazy. I know that was very disruptive and confusing, so I'm sorry about that. Not really, but kind of. But I'll
on?
go
You're
easy
never
on the sound
sorry.
effects. Sometimes I am. I can reconsider things and recognize the folly of my actions occasionally. So anyway, we are not military veterans, people. We are veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
We are. I've got a story, people. Oh yeah, I do.
Stu has a story.
My favorite
yeah.
time. It's story time.
Story
I think Chinny was gonna say something about broadcasting on Sundays, but whatever.
Have you got the like the back in the past sound effect? Is that still a
Yes,
thing?
and in the future, if you ever want to have me play it, you can just say, "Let's go back to," and then say the year.
All
it
right,
was.
okay. Let's go back to May the 10th.
Okay.
Oh my God, guys! I got all these papers to grade. I'm so stressed out.
Brilliant. So this is over a month ago, but it was my 50th birthday. I was very old.
That's right. I got you a gift.
Very old. And Yeah, Chinny said, "I've got you a Prezi, Stu, and it's in the post, and it's gonna come at some point."
Some point.
And I'll be honest, right? And I'm not casting aspersions here, but I had got to the point where I'm like, did he really get me something, or is he just jesting with me? You know what I mean?
That's a pretty weak joke around. If I got you something, I didn't actually get him anything.
Yeah, I know, but it's been a long time. I mean, it's been a month. It's been a month.
Sometimes
since
the
my
post
actual
is
birthday.
slow. I don't know what you want. Anyway, did it show
So,
up?
so eventually it showed up, right? There was a little bit of worry, I have to say, because this quite big box arrived, but it didn't weigh very much. So it was a decent size. And then in the first box was yet another box. And then in that box was something wrapped up. And when I unwrapped it, it was another box. There was a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes.
Yes. But that's not why people tune in. They tune in to hear what was in the boxes.
On the side of the
I would love for you
final
to get to
box, it said
Yes.
3D cat something, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
has he bought me a 3D cat? What's he
Sweet.
brought me a cat for? I don't even like cats. Has he not been
What's
listening?
up with the cat?
I
Jimmy,
hate
why'd you
cats.
send him a cat?
Right?
Everybody
I'm
hates
like,
cats.
Oh, no. He's got me a cat, and then I'm going to pretend I like it, even though I don't like cats. What is going on?
Let me guess. That was just the name of the company.
It was the name of the company. It was all good. It was
How did I
all
know?
good. And then, but it got worse because I opened the final box, and there was a pack of stickers with cats all over them.
Oh,
So
great.
Oh, shit. It really
That
is.
was
some
it? Just a package of stickers?
Well, that's what I thought. But there was something else wrapped up in some bubble wrap, and I unwrapped it, and it's the coolest headphone stand you ever did see.
Yes. What kind of headphone stand is it?
It is a personalized DJ No Clue headphone stand for my headphones.
Awesome.
It
Let me
is.
see if I can.
Are for old people.
You could hold it up to the camera if you want.
It's very slick. Oh, it's in the other room.
Okay.
But
I got this amazing gift from Chinny. You'll never see it.
Yeah, but
And I'm going to take 10
my
minutes
God.
to tell you what it is.
I took a picture on Twitter, so you can
Yes,
just
you
put
did.
that on,
So
which
Chinny,
is
you just
easier.
put that picture up.
It's easier
Right,
than me
hold on.
messing
Chinny's
around.
not
trying
busy
to
enough.
get it in the camera lens and all that bullshit. But yeah, it's fantastic. So thank you very much, Chinny. I really appreciate that. I thought it was an excellent, well worth the wait.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was
so
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It
was
looks
so
very
cool.
nifty, I must say.
It is
I agree.
very
Those of you who have
cool.
seen it, you know.
And
It's
my
very
headphones,
nice.
my headphones
I
fit on it
like.
perfectly. They actually fit perfectly.
Well, I would hope so. They're headphones holders.
Well,
That would
yes.
suck if they didn't work.
You know, but it might be a bit smaller, a bit big. I don't know, but it fits perfectly. They look great on it. So
Well, all right. Then.
very happy. So thank you
Yeah.
very
Good.
much. Yes.
Well, you know,
Very
it's a
Yeah.
big birthday.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
I know. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Pretty pathetic if someone didn't get you something like that.
I know. Look, you got me a GIF. It's nearly
I
a
did
GIF.
get you a GIF. It was a great GIF. I don't
It's
remember
a
which one it
great-
was, but
I don't
people
know. I
loved
think you
it.
sent me 2 GIFs. Possibly.
Someone favorited it, I think.
Yeah, because it was a good GIF.
Yeah, why not? All right. Any other story times this week? I've been riding my bike like crazy. The Duchess and
Oh,
I
good.
rode 15 miles today.
Wow.
What? Yeah, I'm crazy active. And we rode into town, and she got a hobo fruit biscuit, and that's like a scone, not a biscuit.
I was going to say, what is a hobo fruit biscuit?
It's like a cookie. No. And
Yeah,
I had
excuse the pack of tissues, by the way.
I had a avocado, bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich without the bacon, and sweet potato fries. That's very tasty.
What's the point of a bacon sandwich with no bacon?
Well, I like all the other stuff that's on it.
I just like bacon.
All right. Any other things? Story time, Chinny? You got a story time?
Yeah, have you got out, Chinny? What have you got?
I'm
Has anyone
literally
with a
texting
shovel
about.
this
I,
week?
the reason why I
Where'd you
seem
ride your
distracted.
bike today?
The reason why I seem distracted is because I'm literally texting about work right now. So
He's a
Get this shit
workaholic,
done for
people. That's
tomorrow.
what he
Get
does.
this shit done.
no,
Yeah.
it's just
I wanna hear your
next
excuses, people.
next week is like crazy. Like we got a mad week next week. So
Me too. Oh wait, no, I don't.
yeah. So no, I don't think I have any. No,
We can jump right into the video games. This is gonna be the fastest
Nothing.
show ever.
Where are you going? Story time's over,
is.
isn't it?
What you been playing?
Come on, let's do it. Yeah.
You Canadians are all the same.
All right, I went first last time, didn't I? Who's going first this time?
I don't know. I'll go first if you like.
Go
I'll
ahead,
just do
Stu.
it.
You go
I'm just
first.
I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it.
Are we gonna talk about the
Um,
game we all played? Should we start with that?
We can do. Let's do that.
Why not? We got
Yeah.
an email from Freddie,
Freddie?
Mike,
No, Gary.
Sam,
Yeah, Gary,
whatever,
Freddie,
that was close.
Freddie, Gary,
Rumpelstiltskin?
Gary, Fred.
Yeah.
Gary
he
Walker
said,
Jones.
Hey,
Gary
guys,
Walker Jones.
Gary Walker
Right hand.
Jones. Gary
y'all
Walker
need to
Jones.
play Vampire Survivors. It's on Game Pass. It won't cost you a penny. And then I said, well, I play my games on Steam because I'm too good for Game Pass.
Yeah,
and I
you
looked
do.
up, and it was like $3. I'm like, I can afford $3. I got Fat Teacher Bank. So I bought it, and y'all downloaded it on your little Game Pass, and we all played it.
We did.
And all together now, on the count of 3, we're going to say whether we give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You ready?
Oh, okay.
1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Thumbs
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 up.
down.
Oh, of course you did. Oh dear.
Wait, did y'all both give it thumbs up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it.
What?
Yeah.
Chinny, no, you didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously?
You just played it for
Okay.
5 seconds. That's your problem.
No, I played it for like half an hour. I actually
Oh my
gave
God.
it a
Okay.
fair shot.
I'm quite impressed.
I played it for like
It's-
2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like digital crack.
Yeah.
Not for me, it wasn't. It was like digital crack that I was trying, like a digital crack withdrawal.
Yeah.
I must admit, it took me a little bit to get my head around the fact that you don't control the shooting. And I was like, why is it? What am I
Don't
doing?
control
What
the shooting.
What is
That's
happening?
that's such an old man thing.
Well, first of all, I'll be honest, I thought my controller wasn't working properly. I was
So
like,
for
why-
those who don't know, you're this guy running around a graveyard, and the
Or
guy-
girl,
it's
you can
a
pick a
big-
girl.
Oh, girl, you can pick a
Right,
girl.
fine. It's a big open field. There's bats attacking you, and then zombies, and then like praying mantises and shit. And it's a lot like 10 Minutes Till Dawn, which I played a couple weeks ago. In that, like it's kind of in between a roguelike and a cookie clicker idle game, because you're not doing the thing that you would normally be doing, i.e., controlling the attack.
No, you're just
It's
moving.
always going on.
Can I just caveat that it looks like shit, by the way?
Yeah, it does look
Can we
terrible.
just put that on there?
I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, my headphones are binging at me. I have
It
to
rewards
plug
you
them in.
constantly, though, doesn't it? Every time you get a level,
It does.
you're like,
It does do
oh,
that. Yes.
yeah.
Agreed.
Level up. And what's really cool as well, which you don't always notice, like, because it's obviously shooting automatically in all directions, you'll move up the screen a bit and there'll be a ton of jewels in, like, oh, yeah, level up time.
So how
Yeah,
long did
every
you
5 seconds level up time.
how long did you play it for, Stu?
I probably gave it a good, probably a bit longer, probably about an hour.
I still
About an
don't
hour
think you two have played it long enough to appreciate.
I loved it so much I played it for a whole hour.
Oh, I had other stuff to play, though, and I was only
Yeah,
having one day
I
off
still
this week.
don't think you
mind.
played
You know
it.
what
I'm
like.
sure it gets. I mean, that's the thing is, I died after a half an hour, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I could. I mean, look, when you start out, it's very slow. You move slowly. You don't have anything rotating around you. You just have to keep running away from the monsters.
Yeah.
And it only, after about 15 minutes, then you eventually get, set up to the point where you're really taking care of the monsters around you.
Mm.
So, you start out with, I don't even remember what you start out with.
A whip.
Throwing the knives? Is that the
No,
first
it's a
thing you
whip.
have?
It's a whip. The first thing you got in
Oh,
mind.
that's right. It is the whip, and it's only in front or behind you.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
very
it's only in
awkward
front.
because you have
It's
to
only
line
in
everything
front.
up.
It's only in front.
Right,
so-
it's-
Yeah, it's
is
only
only
in
in
front.
front,
It took
and
me
then
a
you
while
have-
to figure out what we're going on, to
Right.
be fair. Well, I was
So
on
you have
that.
to
Such an
collect. So
old
you
man.
kill a few monsters that way, and then you get the little blue doodads, and the blue doodads help you level up. Once you level up, then you can get the whip that goes in front and behind you, or the magic wand, which fires projectiles at the closest enemy to you, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
And it
daggers.
gets right, and it gets a little easier until the game ramps up the difficulty, and then you're running away from the monsters again. And so Chinny, it sounds like once you get an hour in, then you're really slaughtering everything.
Yeah,
else.
because so basically the way the game works is like Duke said, it's an auto attack, right? So everything's just automatically attacking everything. So you're just walking around, right? And when I say walking around, you are
really are just
walking right
walking
around.
around.
I'm like, where's the sprint button? That was my first thing. I was like, why can't I sprint? And obviously, this game is like a kind of, it's like one of those mobile pay to win games, but you don't have to pay to win. You just have to play to win. And like everything you do in the game unlocks an achievement, which then unlocks more shit. So that's why the more you play it, the more it rewards you for stuff. Then also you're gaining currency in the game, so you collect coins, and then you can.
But you also have to
power
sorry to
up.
interrupt. You do have to go back and get those little blue doodads, because for a while I was killing things, but I didn't get the blue doodads because there were too many monsters in the way. So I had to run around, and then you get the monsters to hoard you this way,
Yeah,
and then you can go back
you
and
go
get
and
them the other
collect
way.
them.
This
Yeah.
is how I would describe it. You ready for this?
Okay.
It's gonna
we're
blow your
ready.
mind, but you're gonna
Oh,
be
no.
like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know how you've got you know, old people when they have like they want to play football, but they play walking football.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
This is like walking geometry boys.
It is. It is.
That's a pretty good description.
Right.
That's
It's just-
exactly what
Except
it
in
is.
Geometry Wars, you can choose where to shoot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, don't worry about that. We'll take
It's
that.
walking aim
We'll take
assisted
care of that for you.
Well, that's not strictly true, Duke.
Well, you can sort of aim. You can
sort of
point in a
choose
certain
where to
direction,
shoot.
and the knives
Yeah.
will eventually fire
they
in that
will.
direction. But if
Yeah,
you
they
go
will.
toward a monster and the knives don't fire well enough, you just walk into the monster.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, basically, like there's just loads of different projectiles and ways to kill the enemies, but they're never really. I think that's the kind of the good part of it is like you never really have like 100% control on them. You know, like there's always
And you never
an-
really feel overpowered. I mean, I didn't. Maybe
No,
you will, I would
but
later on.
by far the best thing in the game is the garlic. So the garlic is like it basically just puts this like ring around you, and if you get more garlic, you get like more rings, and you can just sort of like not even like walk into them, but just kind of like walk up to them and then walk back because the garlic
Yeah.
kills them, like it like knocks them out. So the garlic is like so like useful.
Yeah.
The super
in
weapon.
In the half hour I played, I got the feeling of what it would be like if I were really jacked up in this game. But you know, I had like 2 axes that I would occasionally just fling up, and then they fall down.
Yeah, the
and like they
axes, yeah.
might take out a couple of enemies when doing that.
They're
but
really
as you
useful.
can see on the stream, they're very useful. But as you can see on the stream, at certain points you are surrounded by 500 like walking plants.
Yeah, it
so
almost
2
does
little
this
axes
sort of-
aren't going to do a whole lot, you know.
It does this almost battle royale thing and herd you into the middle, doesn't it?
No, I mean like
Well,
the
yeah.
2 axes aren't going to do a lot. No, but when you've put 2 axes, the genius thing about all the weapons is that they all have like a behavior, right? So the axes,
Yeah.
they go up a little bit and then they go down.
Yeah,
So
they fall down.
something above you. So if you're getting this is 2D by the way, like top down.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, if you've not seen or played this game, you'll be thinking, "What the
Yeah.
hell is
Well,
this?"
no, you'll be thinking it's like Gauntlet but without walls.
yeah. Yeah, so those axes are useful, like if someone's above you or below you, because they take out loads. There's a weapon that I unlocked called the Cross, and it's like a boomerang, and it goes a little bit in front of you, then it goes all the way behind you, and sometimes you see that cross take out loads of enemies. So a lot of these weapons that you're unlocking, you don't even see like half the stuff that they're doing. You know, you've got
No,
one
that's
that
what I mean.
struck-
Sometimes you
strikes
just go
lightning.
above yourself, and there's a ton of jewels that you didn't even know were there because they've obviously.
And then you run the jewels.
That's right.
You run
Yeah.
the jewels.
And then there's
Back
like
at it like a
there's one
Kraken.
where like you like random jars of like holy water or something
Yeah.
splash onto the ground, and if you get a summary at the end, and that's really useful because you find out like actually, because I thought that those like jars of holy water or whatever it is was a bit like a waste of time. I was like, oh, that's a crap
Yeah.
weapon. And then you look at the damage that it deals, and it's like higher than anything that I ever did with the whip or whatever. So yeah, it's as the Americans would say, it's very addicting.
Yes, it is.
And I was like, it was like, yeah, I like crack rock to me.
It is.
That's
It
cool.
is.
I'm glad y'all liked it. I felt bad about my notes writing down shit. But you know, hey.
No, I
I'm
loved
glad
it.
y'all
I thought I loved it. But it's
Horses for courses,
It's
dude.
just for me.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
guess.
it's that simple. Hey, we've got like a game that if rewards you for playing it and you unlocks it, and then that unlocks a new way of playing the game and makes things easier. And then you go from being quite weak and like overrun to like, oh, I'm a badass now. Do you know what I mean? So like when a game does that to you, whether it looks like a piece of shit like this one, or whether it's like Batman or whatever, it's always a good feeling. Do you know what I mean? Like, wow,
And time flew, you know, like when I
Yeah.
looked at the clock, I was like, Jesus Christ, I've been playing this for ages.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive. I like it. I mean, it's amazing what does well. You know what I mean? Where someone just comes up with this stupid little indie game, and people just go mental for it, don't they? They're just
Well, and
like,
it's
"Oh,
the
I know."
purity of the concept. I think what this, you know, to give it its credit, what this game does very well is that it implements its structure in a way that, I mean, it's not obviously spending any time with graphics.
No.
The sound is fine, but it's not anything special. The gameplay is what matters, and the gameplay is very well implemented. So,
There are other
Yeah.
levels
I mean,
as well.
like
Did
it.
you play the other
Okay.
levels?
I did
No.
not.
So there's a library,
the other
and the
levels?
library is
Okay.
longer. So it's like
Okay.
It's like a big straight line, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
You have got room to move up and down, but like there is a ceiling and a floor, and you just sort of keep walking around. So it's not all just in that forest. I love it. I'm going to play more of this Vampire Survivors. It was
maybe I should give it another try.
I would love to say that like I remembered to play this for this week's show. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would love to say. I was like, we all committed to it last week. I played it in good time. I played it like 1 o'clock this afternoon or whatever it was. But I did. This is things I did do. But it wasn't because of the show and us two committing to it that I played it. It was because I was listening to the Seal podcast and they were just banging on about it.
Oh,
and I was
you're
like,
kidding, right?
oh yeah, I need to play that, and that sounds really good.
You're so funny. You really are funny, Chinny.
So I'm just looking.
The point
I'm watching.
is, 2 out of 3 thumbs up. So
how many out of 3?
2 out of 3.
Well,
why do you score out of 3?
Because there's 3 of us and 2 of us liked it.
Oh, I thought you was like doing a review score.
No, 2 out of 3.
I didn't think this was a complicated maths problem.
Don't worry, I got it, Duke. I understand.
Yeah, okay, great. Of the veteran gamers, 3 hosts.
Honestly,
2 of us liked it.
I've
my 3 thumbs, I'm giving 2 of them up.
14 oranges. I
Holy
played
Christ,
this game.
When he was a food critic. 9 thumbs up. Are you kidding me?
I played this game for about 2 hours, and I'm watching this guy play, and he's way better than me. I don't know how.
What happened then? He just hoovered all the jewels up. Did you see that?
Yeah, you can if you open up the torches. You know those torches things.
Sort of.
Well, they've got like food in them, upgrades,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
I mostly got them for the turkey legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, these big bats are a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, they take a lot of hits, don't they?
Yeah. So yeah, he's garlic to the nines. This kid.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And he's got more. I've never had that many Bibles.
He's got more books floating around him than I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's like a Bible that spins around your body, which that looks. I've underrated how good that is.
Not just any books do.
The Bible.
It's not just any old book; it's some made-up book.
It's the book.
So, real quick before the next person moves on, Stu, you had said you want to go next. I will get one of my games out of the way because I forgot that y'all had played the Anacrusis. And Steam had this big promotion where it's like, it's free to play for 3 days. Check it out. And I was like, well, shit, let me put the word out to the community. Maybe we can have some games. And everyone was like, duh, Duke, Stu and Chinny already played that. They said it sucks. And I was like, oh.
We didn't say
Antonio
no. We didn't say
it. So
we just said it was a bit meh.
If you're around. I was like, all right. Well, I never got that, but it was. I gave it a try, and it's shit. It's not a good game.
It wasn't terrible. It just.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's just mediocre.
Yeah. It was just all right.
Yeah. Not satisfying to shoot the aliens. Not any interesting upgrades. I couldn't tell how to throw grenades.
The only thing we liked was the one that made everything really bright. I can't remember what it did. One of the specials.
Oh yeah, there's like a special alien that like just blinded you, and that was quite.
Blinds everything, and it looked so cool when it did it.
Yeah.
But other than that, we were a bit like it took us 2 goes, didn't it, to do the final bit at the end of the level we played. Yeah, it did. But it was all right. It was just all right.
I mean,
it was all right.
It crashed on me for no reason. I was like, all right, I'm done.
It was all right. Yes. Well, I'll start. I'm going to talk about Resist.
Well, you couldn't, could you? You couldn't.
Resist.
Couldn't resist.
Playing Resist. I'm a sucker, right? Come on. Every now and again, Oculus or Meta, as it's now known, I guess.
The Meta Quest 2.
Go, hey, Stu. Here's 30% off anything you like in the App Store. Why don't you go and buy yourself another game?
Oh my god, this game looks like it's going to make you sick.
And well, do you know, that's funny you should say that, right?
Resist the nausea.
That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be vomiting here because I'm pretty good with VR. I very rarely get motion sickness or anything, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so for those who don't know, it's like a Spider-Man swinging around the city.
There it is.
Game.
It's kind of
Start
like...
with that.
Yeah, I guess. It's kind of like if Spider-Man and... I'm trying to think, really. It's like an open world RPG type thing, but it's all in one city. It's a big city, though. It's pretty much a playground.
Yeah, but it's a city that looks like shit, so it's easy to
It
be
looks
big.
all right.
Now,
when
when
you're
you say
actually-
RPG, I'm imagining there's quests, there's characters, there's
there is
loot.
It's fully voice
Okay.
acted.
So all I'm seeing this person do is swing around going
Well,
through loops.
this person's just doing. Although these are like
Okay.
the side missions, so they're
Oh,
like
okay.
Side mission is to
challenges.
swing around through loops.
So it's a bit like like in Spider-Man, you get all the challenges off all the different characters in the
Yeah,
game. Well,
yeah,
that's
sure,
kind
sure,
of what
sure.
you get in this.
Okay. So give us an
So-
example of one of the quests in the game then.
Well, the early on quests are the last quest I'm about to do is I've got to go and get one of these drones that's been damaged so that I can get a new ability.
Okay.
So it's that, but it's fully voice acted. Basically, the president's been shot by the vice president, and you've been framed for his murder.
Oh no.
It's like
Like,
in Bad
that's kind of the
Dudes back in the day.
story.
The president's been kidnapped by ninjas.
But
Yeah.
it's the opening of the game is pretty cool because you're meant to be going and bugging the vice president's office to find out what's going
Ooh.
down,
You get to hang Mike Pence.
and yeah,
That's what a lot of people want.
and it just basically teaches you how to jump and all that kind of stuff. But there's a bit of tightrope walking across these girders and stuff, and it is a long way down. And I was looking down thinking, bloody hell, this is high up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so cool. The actual.
Now, do you die if you fall all the way down, or is you just like bounce around?
No, it's pretty good. It doesn't punish you too much if you make a mess of it.
Okay. Gotcha.
But it's pretty intuitive. I mean, when you start swinging around, you do feel like Spider-Man, and I didn't feel nauseous at all.
Nauseated. Yeah.
Whatever.
So here's the question: did Millie or Kay get any video of you playing this game? Because I'll bet you look
No.
very cute.
I bet I look
with your
stupid.
arms swinging around.
No, they didn't. But
Tell them that which we want. We want to see that.
yeah, the skies look cool. They're not just painted on. They do move around and they change, and they got
Irrelevant.
night and day and all that kind of stuff.
Cool is
Irrelevant.
subjective. I don't know if I'd go quite that far.
Well, the skies look all right.
Irrelevant.
I'm glad you enjoyed looking at
Irrelevant.
them. Yes. Okay.
But it's all about the gameplay and shooting shit while you're
Stop
swinging.
whining about minor aesthetic details.
That sound clip is 20 years old, and you're
Yeah, it
still talking about
it's like it was made yesterday.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Stu.
Yeah,
sorry.
it is. Swinging around while you're shooting at drones that are chasing after you is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a bit like the Spider-Man thing, and it's got a bit of Batman because you've got like a grapple as well as a swinging mechanic, so you can swing and then grapple to make yourself go faster and higher at the same time.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. It's just good. I really like it. I'm very impressed. It's
All
good.
right.
And it cost, I think it was about, with the money off, it was about 12 quid, 11 quid or something. So it wasn't a huge amount of money with a 30% off. And it's one of the better games. I was looking for something I hadn't played before that people like raved about. Went, oh yeah, this is cool. You should play this. So I was just like, I'll give it a go.
VRGamesDude.com raved about it. In other words, that's when he says people are raving about it. he's
Yeah.
talking about
No, it doesn't.
VR
I mean,
fanboy 69.
the reviews on the Oculus Store for this are good.
Oh, people who invested a lot of money in an Oculus headset.
Yeah,
said
people
that it's
who
a good
actually
game.
play
Okay.
the games.
Gotcha.
People that like
Wow.
spend their whole
People-
lives and careers.
People who want to believe that their
Yeah.
headset it was a good investment.
Shit.
Please watch my YouTube channel.
Anyway, it's good.
Sorry.
So-
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really am glad you enjoyed it. I would hate to think that, that the headset has outlived its usefulness. So if you're having fun with it, that's what matters.
No,
and that's
I am
cool.
having fun with it, and it's
All
it's
right.
decent.
Cool.
It's a lot
Glad
of
to
fun.
hear it.
Swinging
Chinny.
around the city really fast is
Yeah. You're up, dude.
I played a video game.
good. Yeah, you did.
From one end of the excitement spectrum to the other. This is
Yeah.
an amazing game. Swinging around. It's so cool. Chinny, I played a game.
I played a video game called Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh, I've seen this.
Ooh.
It's on Game
Is
Pass.
this the zoo game?
There's a Jurassic World Evolution 2,
Okay.
and I'm like a fucking idiot, aren't I? So because I'm like, I really want to play Jurassic World Evolution,
I'm not going to understand the story if I don't play the first one.
and
though.
I'm like, oh god, why have I waited so long to play just a game? Like, why am I just an idiot?
Who knows?
So I thought, oh, I've got Jurassic World Evolution installed, ready to go.
Is that from Game Pass?
Yeah, from Game Pass.
Okay.
Because number 2
Yep.
just came out.
Right.
So basically, this is theme park, but Jurassic
Yeah.
Park.
So you set
Um,
up pens for the dinosaurs. I hope you don't have velociraptors here because they're very clever girls.
Yeah, I'm the
Clever
fast.
You do have velociraptors.
Oh man, that's a recipe for disaster.
Even though that's actually not the right dinosaur, as we learnt in The Last of Us.
Do you have a big goofball assistant who's clearly desperate for people to like him and takes a lot of shorts and doesn't handle security issues very well? 'Cause I think that would really hurt you as well.
Is that Newman?
Yeah.
Talking about Newman. Yeah. No, but Jeff Blum is in it.
Oh, really? Nice.
So he does. When I say he does the voiceover, he does some of the voiceover. Do you know what I mean? He's like, "Can you read this script?"
When you click something, he goes, "Life finds a way."
Look, I've only got 1 hour. Like he actually, it is dialogue for the game. It's not like extracted from the movie. But you can't.
Okay.
I mean, he does it. He plays. Jeff Goldblum is a bit of a character, isn't he? But he's pretty straight. But he kind of reads it in a way like he doesn't know what a video game is.
Right.
He's like never heard of a video game. He's like,
sure.
You've got to make the park. You know what I mean? He's like really weird.
Well, that's also his character in the movie.
Yes.
Is like this very kind of starry-eyed guy who wanders around with his words a lot.
With the games and the games and the pixels and that's. But he's.
I think it's because Chaos Theory is about strange attractors rather than definite points and parabolas and lines. So his conversation style is going to be like that too. Just very like.
That's exactly the discussion that the
Yeah.
developer had, and Jeff was like,
exactly
"Do you just
what
want me to
it was
read the script?"
about,
Yes. So the
you start out in debt, or do you have a lot of money to begin with?
No, you've got a
'Cause
park and you got a bit of cash, and the gist of the game is you have to send out teams to find fossils. So you need a building for that, right? Then you need to extract DNA from those fossils. You need a building for that, okay?
Okay.
And then you like the more fossils you extract from the same dinosaur. So for example, the first one you have it's like a big fucking ostrich. I don't know what it is, right? It's just a big fat ostrich. Yes. And it's like a vegetarian. It tells you if it's a veggie or a carnivore or not a veggie, but a carnivore. And blah, blah. And it's a big veggie, and you're like, right, this dinosaur's a piece of piss. And the more DNA you extract of the same dinosaur, the more pure of a breed he is, if you know what I mean. He's like, you have to get it to 100%. Well, you don't have to, but you can start making them when you get to 50%. So you find a few things. You've got the world map, so you can send teams out anywhere all over the world. And then they extract like different types of dinosaurs, and at first they're all kind of lame. Then you get your first kind of, it's not a T-Rex, but he's kind of like a T-Rex. He looks like a T-Rex.
Dilophodocus, maybe?
Yeah. Like, who the gives a fuck?
Allosaurus?
Yeah.
Right.
And then you get him, and he just fucking just kicks off. Generally, he just eats everything. And you're like, well, there's all my dinosaurs gone, and he just ate them. But he doesn't eat all of them. He doesn't like the big ones. Like, so like, there's one who's a veggie dinosaur, but he's got a big fucking spiky tail. All right, he's in the second movie, like not the second shit movie, the second good movie, the Spielberg movie. Anyway, all right.
I don't remember.
And but the problem with him is, even though he's a veggie, he fucking hates being in enclosure, so he's always smacking the fence.
Yeah. Nice.
So then you've got people that come into the park. You've got restaurants to build and stuff. You're not. It's kind of like some of these games are like meta and micro, aren't they? So some of them are like the meta ones are like you just plonk the building down, it figures everything for you. So City Skylines does the meta version of it. Planet Coaster is the micro version where you literally can put.
Where's this bush gonna
go? Like, where do you want this fence to be angled? So and like where do you want this little statue to be and everything? You can customize every color. So this is on the macro sort of side of things where you just plonk it down, sort of figures it out. You have to supply power to every building. You have to supply paths to everything. And I was kind of enjoying it. I was like, this is all right. This is good. And like I was enjoying. Like the dinosaurs would get loose, and then they would fucking kick off and eat some guests, and you're like, sorry.
I was just going to say, can you have a total disaster where the tourists get eaten?
Yeah. So you can have a total disaster. So I had so in the second, because you unlock 5 islands, and I went to the second island. The first island is just like obviously like a tutorial island. So you every time you get a star and stuff. I obviously played it for too long because I unlocked about 2 islands while doing it, which I don't think I was supposed to. Anyway. I go to the second island, and that one basically puts you in a scenario where you're not in debt, but it's very precarious. Like you go into debt very quickly.
You've got to make money.
I have to start that one like 4 or 5 times, like just fucking hell, just to get it going. But eventually I got into a point where like I managed to make it profitable. But the second island is constantly getting hit by storms. I say, why fucking build there? You know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a bad
it
idea.
gets hit with storms, and storms knock out fences. They damage buildings. The cool thing about this Jurassic Park Evolution is that you have to when a dinosaurs can get diseases.
Yeah.
So when a dinosaur gets disease or a fence gets broken or one of the feeders, you know those goat feeders that you saw in Jurassic Park, the original one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can have one of them and feeders for plants and stuff. If they run out, you've got to send a ranger who's in a little jeep to sort it out, right? And you can add it as a task and they just automatically do it. Or you can drive the fucking jeep yourself. And I was like,
oh yeah.
this is going to be jank, man.
Jeep
This
time.
is going to be so crap. Honestly, the driver mechanics are really, really good. And I was like, oh, this is great. And
I'm assuming this is top down as well, is it?
yeah, it's like an isometric, like a theme park.
Yeah.
sort of thing.
You're not suddenly first person driving through the park.
You are. Like, it's third person. It's third person.
All right, I thought
Yeah,
it was
it's like
more just
GTA
this
style,
top
like,
down
probably
version.
behind
Yeah,
it.
like
Lovely.
GTA style, decent
Oh,
controls.
that's cool.
And then you drive into
Cool.
the thing, and obviously you're in there with the dinosaurs, and all the veggie dinosaurs. They don't give a shit about you usually. Sometimes they bash your jeep, and you're like, fucking get out of here. And the big scary not T-Rex, but kind of a T-Rex is on the screen now. But anyway, you can when you tranquilize them, because sometimes you got to tranquilize them when they've got a disease. You take over the tranquilizer guy. Right, and you can fucking shoot him with the tranquilizer. I was like, yes,
Nice.
and then I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. The other one is what happens? Oh yeah, when a dinosaur breaks loose, right? So the dinosaurs go on a fucking rampage. You've got to send a crew in. You've got to build another building. This is like ACU, I think it's called. You've got to send in a crew to tranquilize the dinosaur to send it to sleep. But you can only do that with the helicopter one. And I was like, can you fly the helicopter? I was like, yes, you fucking can. So you fly the helicopter over there and you shoot it. And the dinosaur's like, fucking prick. Like that. And then you send in another helicopter. You can't send the same one to pick it up. And I was like,
you're kind of like this one-man team, aren't you? You literally do every job.
Can I fly the helicopter and pick up the dinosaur? And no, you can't. That's the only one you can't do. Which is weird. I don't know why they
It's
don't.
like the Matrix. It's like, I need to fly a helicopter. Okay, I'll program that. No
Yeah.
problems.
I suppose the main problem with it is like the loop got really boring really quickly. Like with these games, I think Theme Hospital does a good job of like holding your attention for quite a while, even though eventually your attention goes down. I think the best one is City Skylines of any recent time. Like, there's just so complex. There's so much you can do. It's constantly throwing stuff at you. But the problem with Jurassic World Evolution is that the things that are cool, like, have you seen it in the newer movies where they're in those like clear like balls and you can ride around?
Round.
You can unlock those, but they're like so far away. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're so. It's such a.
You're so far away.
It's so far in the distance that you're like, God, this is going to take me forever to do. So
Well,
I
that's why
feel
they're
like
in
it
the
just doesn't
distance.
give you enough to kind of whet your appetite. And I was playing this game, and I was playing. I was like looking on the internet, looking on my phone at the same time. Like I was finding myself waiting around for the money to go up and all this sort of stuff. So I think when a game like Jurassic World or Theme Park makes you wait, and you literally like go for a piss, while the game's going. Like, I think that's like a failure of the game. Like, there's not a lot to do. So I'd be interested to see what Jurassic World Evolution 2 is, the one that recently came out, because maybe they've sorted some of these issues. But what I would say is it's not a bad game. It's just pretty bare bones. I got pretty bored pretty easily after like 2 hours, and I was like, I'm pretty bored here. I did play it for a lot longer. In fact, I probably played it for like 6 hours in total, so I had played it for a while. And I haven't touched the other ones. I haven't touched some of the stuff that you can do. There's like dinosaurs that, the underwater dinosaurs and all sorts of shit, so I don't know how you build those.
Yeah,
you can
because you're
build like
making an aquarium, I assume.
Yeah, you can.
Well, I assume, does this come with DLC when you do it on Game Pass?
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like, it depends really. But
Gotcha.
yeah, it's the second one, isn't it, where they've improved everything, I suppose, just to fall in line with the movie, I guess. But yeah, like, there's like monorail stations that you can put around. So there's still things in this game that I haven't done. So I might play it a little bit more because I do like it, but it is a little bit dull. Like, I'm like, oh god, it's a bit slow. But I'm a sucker for these kind of games, especially when they're like City Skylines, when they're a bit more simple. Cities is a bit complex when you want it to be, but it's simple enough, and it does all the work for you, sort of thing. So Yeah, it's okay. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 if I was scoring it.
3 out of 5.
3 out of
Whoa,
5.
whoa! We've never scored games. What the hell is going
Sorry,
on?
let me give you a review noise.
Review noise. What is the matter with you?
So you'll notice a very jump in excitement, and that was when I found out you could drive the Jeeps. It's on the screen.
It's on the screen now. It does look pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Right, so you'll notice that in the review noise. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. Can you run people over, by the way, in the Jeep?
No, you can't. I tried. That was the first thing I tried.
Of course you did.
They sort of react, but the car kind of bounces off them. And you can't.
All right, so you can hit them.
No, it kind of bounces off them before you even touch them.
Oh, right. So it's like they've got an invisible barrier around them.
And it kind of does that with the dinosaurs as well, which I was gutted about because I was like, it'd be great to run over.
I just wanted to run a dinosaur over.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's. You've got tall dinosaurs, so you have to use tall feeders and higher fences and all sorts of stuff, which I haven't even got into yet. So there's lots I haven't done. The last thing I'll say, you can alter the terrain pretty well as well, so you can really shape how the ground is and add water. So it's quite good in that sense where you can really shape the environment. You've got a lot of freedom to make it look how you want. So yeah, Jurassic World Evolution, it's okay, not great.
It's okay. Okay. Is it back over to you, Duke?
Yeah, it's back over to me.
Back over to you.
Here we go. All right. I'm going to talk about a game that I played the prologue of, which is how they do demos on Steam, called Behind the Frame.
Okay.
And
It's a demo.
Stu, you would love this game. I think you should find it and play it. I think it's right up your alley because it's so charming. It's just charming. It's the most charming game ever. And the problem is that there's a fine line between charming and sickeningly saccharine and sweet to the point of you are a woman who's trying to get into some art fair or festival or something. I don't even know. And you start
already out, by the way.
I know. Right?
Of course you are.
When you said a woman trying to get into some art fair, I was like, no.
You start out at the canvas, and she's like, all right, let's paint this masterpiece. And you have yellow on your palette and a paintbrush. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to paint it yellow. But then I noticed there's a sketchbook in the corner. So I open that, and you can see the painting that you're going to paint. She made a sketch of it. So you basically have to, and look, I don't think you can get it wrong, really. You just sort of smear the yellow paint around, and it goes in the border where it's supposed to go in the painting. So I did that for a while, and I got half the painting to be yellow. And then she's like, oh, okay, time to make breakfast. And I'm like, wait a minute. Either you're going to paint a painting before breakfast or you're not. Who paints 3 splotches? Okay, time for breakfast. Let's do something else now. So you make breakfast, and by make breakfast, you click on the egg, and then you click on the pan, and then you click on the bread, and you click on the toaster, or you drag it to the toaster, I don't know. And you make yourself a coffee in the same way. It's, a lot of, just a notch above QuickTime events in terms of just pedestrian stuff going through your day. And she has this little to-do list on her counter that's 1, eat breakfast. 2, drink coffee. Or maybe it's coffee first and then breakfast. Am I right? Coffee? Oh, yeah. Hi, Big Hoss. So it's drink coffee, eat breakfast, resume, and then paint. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And I don't know what to do with this resume. I don't know what the resume has anything to do with. So I'm like, I'll go back to painting. And it's nope, you got to do something else first. And that's kind of what some of the game is. A good portion of the game is guess what you're supposed to be doing instead of painting right now. And eventually it becomes clear that...
I might rename the game, Duke.
Go ahead, rename it.
I'm going to call it Procrastinator 2000.
It is pretty much that.
Painter needs to get on with their fucking paintwork.
Yeah, they do.
So
I don't know whether this is for me. I know you're saying it's for me, Duke. I'm not.
Well,
too
maybe
sure.
It's not. I don't know. It reminded me a lot of stupid bullshit games that you play. So
I do, but is there a story to this?
It looks fucking awful, Stu. So it might be right up your alley.
So anyway, eventually you sit down at the computer and you randomly mash keys, and then a letter appears. Yeah,
that's good.
And then
that's
you go
that's the
and
way
you put
it should
music.
Work.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I need some music. And it's okay, I'll go to the boom box because it's all, retro, no MP3s here. So You have to
Stranger
open it
Things,
up
man.
first before you can
Put the
Yeah.
tape in.
Dude, remember
I'll make a
cassette
deal
tapes,
with
man?
God.
Remember
Press
that?
eject
I'm
for
gonna
this
come
dude on here is
down.
terrible. Press eject, man.
Poor
What's the matter
lady.
with him?
And then eventually you go looking at the guy across the street, and he's always painting. He never notices you. So maybe the story has something to do with him. And then it's like, I guess I'll sketch some things. You have paint on your to-do list. You should be painting your story, like painting your painting.
You fucking
Stupid lady.
procrastinating
Slag, come on.
You slag.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Oh, wait a minute. Is she wanting to get off with the dude next door? Is that what the story is?
I don't know. Maybe she certainly is hot for him. She's thirsty, but she sketches him. She sketches the cat, and it's funny because you only see his back because he's got his back to you. He's painting, but you sketch him from the front, and it's like, wait a minute.
Even though you can't see his face.
Right.
She's so determined not to do her artwork that she's just sketching somebody else doing artwork.
Well, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, look, sketching's an important part of being an artist. I assume. I'm not, I've got a sketchbook. I draw some sketches sometimes, but and of course, to sketch in this game is you just rub your cursor over the thing while holding down the button, and eventually the sketch comes into view. So, it's that's the thing is that like, it's charming. It's very, very charming. It wasn't a lot of fun, and there was a lot of guesswork involved, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest. I thought the guesswork was stupid. But, if you like a charming game, like some of the things are like, at one point it's like, oh, something's missing from this painting. And then you have to go look at the dude's, you painted the same thing he has, apparently. And then like, you go and you look at his painting and he has a sun in his, and you have to add a sun to yours. Okay.
What are the
so
chances you paint the exact same painting though, really?
I think she's stalking him. So I'm going to paint
what
what
is
he
the
paints.
chance? What is
He'll
the
love me
chance?
if I am him. Yeah. So whatever, and then that unlocks green paint for some reason. When you put a sun in your painting, that unlocks green paint. So you can now paint green paint. And then there's sunflowers, and there's something that you're unlocking with the sunflowers, and you have to click on the little things in a certain sequence, and then it unlocks the thing, and all this. It's just like, okay, there's sort of some little bit of puzzly type bits, a little bit of art, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I mean, I don't know, if you're gonna do it, like, why not actually draw? But I don't know.
Because
some people might like it. I don't know.
Because drawing is hard, dude. People just want
but you have a picture at the end of it.
Game.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. I just, this sort of game has never really appealed to me. It's kind of like paper grading simulator. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. So it's not my thing, but some people might like it. Behind the frame, thumbs down.
I don't understand. I don't understand the story. Is it literally just being her? Is that the story?
Yeah, and maybe there is other story elements. You do start to get like, oh, this picture was taken a long time ago, and maybe there are little glimpses, but they don't really give you much of that in the prologue, if there is. So
this looks awful.
Yeah,
is she going to get into the art fair? That's the other question.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. You got to get your painting bought. Who knows? Who knows? Right. I'm going to talk about the Quarry.
Quarry.
The Quarry. Because I purchased this game, pre-ordered it.
Okay.
From one of those funny websites.
Hey, get Yarn to the rescue.
And then your kid will fall into a quarry.
Oh man, they cut him off. Sorry.
Anyway, so I bought the Quarry, and it's meant to be a spiritual successor to Until Dawn. That's how this thing has been portrayed, as we say.
And is it?
That's
a no.
Kind of. It started okay. It's a bit slow, if I'm being totally honest, at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot happens. Gameplay wise, I'm not 100% convinced with the gameplay.
Why?
This is a rave review so far.
Because
the gameplay,
and I mean, you can see the character models here. They all look like they've got the worst veneers ever.
I just thought that, I was like, what's wrong with their teeth?
Honestly, there's more gum than teeth. It's just weird. And they kind of look good, but they kind of look really weird at the same time. Their eyes are a bit too big, and the teeth are like veneers, and they have some weird lip movements, like they've got a bit of a sneer going on. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Excuse me.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I swallowed the wrong way. I didn't have a chance to mute myself.
COVID.
Sorry. No, it's not COVID. Voice acting
Save that COVID.
is top notch. I mean, this is a like a list of video game voice acting. I mean, they've got David Arquette's in this. There's like loads of really cool people in it. They've got Lance Henriksen is in it. They've got Ted Raimi, Ariel Winter, Ethan Suplee. They're all in films or TV shows.
They're all proper actors.
They're all full-on actors.
What's the story?
So the story is, I mean, the beginning of the thing is you're with this girl that you can see in the video you're watching, for the obviously listeners who aren't seeing
and your daughter's dead, but you're trying to protect her.
You're two like support workers who are going to Hackett's Quarry for the summer camp.
Okay.
Is basically what's happening here. And this is kind of like the prologue bit. Again, great voice acting. You think you've run somebody over in the road, you crash off the road.
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, crash off the road. Car needs sorting out because something's got smashed when you crashed. Whatever, that rhymed. That was pretty cool. And they do stupid stuff, but then horror films people do stupid stuff. Because, for instance, right, you get out of the car in the middle of this dark wood, right, with your boyfriend, and you see some weird thing flash past a couple of times in the woodland.
Goodbye.
And decide to go and investigate on your own.
What a lovely house. Let's get out. Oh, it's too bad we can't stay.
Yeah. It's just like, so there is which kind of is all right because that's what people do in horror films, I guess.
Yeah, it's all the tropes, isn't it? You know, that's fine.
So I'm kind of okay with that. But then...
Did you find them and then they go, you want to play RuneScape?
That's exactly what happened.
Is that what happened?
So you get chased by this weird ghost thing, right? You get back to the car, and then the creepiest ass cop you've ever seen turns up.
Does he like RuneScape?
Oh man, no, he doesn't like RuneScape. Also, can I just say as well, I'm getting some Heavy Rain vibes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because the cutscenes look amazing. But actual gameplay...
Then what's the connection to Heavy Rain?
Oh, yeah, the cutscenes look amazing.
Yeah.
The actual walking and the sort of animation mechanics for the people...
The actual gameplay.
Is a bit weird.
Oh, my God, that cop is weird, man.
Oh, man, he is so creepy. And his voice acting is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he does the best creepy cop you've ever known.
Yeah.
So good.
Creepy cop.
Yeah, so shit goes down. I've already got 2 characters killed.
Nice.
So I'm not doing very well. And what I kind of like, I'm not too keen like because gameplay is so basic. It's literally walk here, press A to highlight something, choose a dialogue option, weird quick time event that only involves 1 analog stick.
Oh, it is like Heavy Rain then.
Yeah, and that's kind of it. But I did get, unfortunately, I have had 2 characters deaded already because I'm a bit shit at it. But what I do like is when you've made a decision, and it's sort of on the screen now, it's like path locked in or something like that, or path chosen. So once you've decided on like one of the big decisions, it almost sort of highlights the fact you've just done that. So you're probably gonna get killed one way or another. It's cool. I like it. There's I'm not blown away yet, but I've only played probably a couple of hours of it. So I think I've got quite a bit of gameplay to go. And there are over 100 variations on the ending, apparently, depending on how many characters you get killed, etc.
Well, yeah.
So it's pretty good. I definitely recommend giving it a go. Would I recommend giving it a go at 50 odd quid? Probably not.
Really?
Probably not.
Probably not. It just seems such a lot of money. You know what I mean? From what I can gather, is about an 8-hour game, and I don't know. It just seems a lot of money.
Are you having fun playing it? That's the real question.
I am at the moment, but I am.
Because 8 hours is, Limbo's less than 8 hours, but that's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, that's probably not worth 50 quid, but still.
It may or may not be longer than that. I guess it's how many people you get killed and how quick they die, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
well,
I don't know.
Posted.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm going to keep playing it because I've actually paid for this, unlike Game Pass.
Right.
So yeah, I've obviously paid for it. But like I say, the big standout for me is just the voice acting. It's just on a whole other level. It's up there with The Last of Us 2. You know what I mean? That kind of standard of voice acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really good. Superb,
Mm.
really.
Mm.
I don't know how these guys keep getting all these big actors as well. I mean, you don't. I
Money,
don't feel,
money.
I really don't think
Oh,
it's
I
that
get
complicated of a
Cash.
formula.
No, but
Cash.
Hey, do you like money? We have some money. How about
I
taking
know
some
that.
money?
No, but that being said, I know Until Dawn did sort of all right, and the Man of Medan and all those games, Dark Anthology Pictures or whatever it's called, Dark Pictures Anthology, they've done all right. I didn't think they'd done amazingly well, not enough to sort of pay all these
Well,
massive
no, but
actors.
right, no,
to
but
do
but
this
they're
game.
getting investors that front them the money, though. You don't
To an
just take the
ex-
profits from your last game and go, okay, well, who can we hire with
Yeah,
this?
but you
You
must have
prove
been
with the previous game that you had the ability to make a game that's going to get a lot of
Yeah,
retail
yeah. No, I'm
copies
guessing they sold better
and then
than
the
I
venture
assumed.
capitalists come in and go, okay, here's $7 million.
Yeah.
Hire who you need.
But like I said, I assumed they did better than I thought. I mean, I thought they did all right, but I didn't think they were that massively successful enough to, get these kind of actors on board. I don't know, but I'm impressed. And
Yeah,
when you,
well.
Chinny, if you do get around to playing it, I think you'll be impressed with the standard of voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
It's
don't
pretty
know.
impressive.
I don't know if I'd like it.
Well, look, you can give it a go. It's on my Steam. You've got my Steam. It's free to you to have a go.
That's true.
It is totally true.
Yeah.
Totally true. You don't even have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. But some of the facial expressions look pretty cool, got to say. But then some of them just look plain weird.
Yeah, well, they all look weird to me, but I mean,
Yeah, it is a bit odd looking.
yes.
Almost
it
like
is.
plasticine or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it looks like something supernatural is gonna burst out of their faces in a second. Like,
Yeah, they don't.
I suppose it's Uncanny Valley, but it also just feels like
It isn't. It
a
is
lot of bulging eyes, a lot of like lines drawn on the faces and stuff. Like,
Yeah, it's very odd. I mean, the only bit that looks super realistic, there's a bit where they're peeping, through the doors into a cellar,
yeah.
and there's a crack in the door. And the eyeball, you see, I was like, is that a real eyeball? Or is that like a computer eyeball?
Those eyes, man.
Yeah. And that's it. I mean, when you see a full face, it doesn't look anywhere near like a real face. But, an eyeball on
A lot
its
of
own.
ingredients in a face, fewer ingredients in an eyeball.
Yeah, fewer ingredients in an eyeball. And the eyeball look real.
Yeah. Sure.
So, but it's good. I'm sort of enjoying it, but I still don't know 100%.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Chinny, anything else from you tonight?
No, nothing else from me.
Nothing else from you.
All right, well, I got
Duke,
two, so
back
I'll
to
say
you.
one, and then you could do one, and then I'll do the other one.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. I played a little driving game called Forza Horizon 4.
Oh, get you.
Why 4? Why 4?
Because it was on sale.
'Cause it was
Steam
cheap.
a while ago.
Come on.
This is the one that Stu's always yammering on about.
I like
So
Forza.
I thought-
That's the British one, isn't it?
It's the British one. Yep.
Yeah, I like the British one.
And I mean, obviously, it's great. It's interesting. I didn't expect it to be as much like Burnout Paradise as it is, because there's a lot of variety about which kinds of races you do, and there's signs you're supposed to smash through, and there's speed traps to get the highest speed, and there's this director who wants you to be an action stunt driver and all this stuff.
I quite like the Sun Driver ones. They were really cool little missions.
Yeah, they're cool. And there's at the end of each season, there's these show event things, whatever they're called.
They're cool.
You're
They're
racing a
cool.
hovercraft or a train or whatever it is. I just barely beat the train by like half a second at the very end of the race. It was weird. I felt like it kind of let me win maybe or something. It was very strange. The music's good, but of course, as soon as I started actually doing races, I'm like, turn that off. I'll put on my own playlist. But yeah, the graphics are good. There's a lot of variety in the cars. I don't like how, so for those who don't know, you move between seasons, and at the beginning of the game, they're just kind of moving you through them very quickly. So you get, first of all, I hate the fact that this is true about Grid 2 as well, which is the last racing game I played. Like, they're built around, like, how many followers do you have? So you're supposed to be building your follower fan base. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that in real life, and I definitely don't care about it in a video game. So whatever. But it matters, because if you get enough followers, then you then qualify for the next season in the first go around. Apparently later on it'll calm down. But at the start of the game, they want to show off everything they have in the game, right? So they're moving you through the seasons pretty quickly. So so you start off in the summer and you're doing a couple of events, and it's like, fine, that's cool. And then I qualified for autumn, and they're like, all right, here's the autumn events. And of course they show you that they grab the map And by the way, along the way, there's this dialogue that makes me want to stab my ears to death. Like,
Yep.
just the worst. Like, hey, I used to be the champ driver on this. She's 24 years old. I used to be the #1 driver around here, but now I'm passing you the baton, dude. With driving like that, you came in 7th. With driving like that, you're going to be a top star in no time. Like, shut the fuck up. So anyway, I qualified for autumn, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna see what autumn is, and then it goes. I look in my mail because there's like a mail system here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay,
Yep.
and it's like, I guess because the game came out a while ago and there's been a lot of DLC and stuff. Like when you log in for the first time, it said like you have 28 mail messages. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So it's like you have this gift, you have that shirt, you have this car, you have that other thing, you have
Yeah.
all this stuff. It was just throwing stuff at me, like Lamborghinis, Bugattis, like all these cars. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool.
It's like
That's
real
cool. I'll
life.
take those. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, here's 30 spins of the super wheel. And I'm
Oh
like, what's
yeah.
that?
Oh.
So there's a
Super Bowl.
regular, Price is Right style wheel that you spin it and you get like 5,000 credits or whatever. And then the super wheel, you get 3 prizes and they're like primary, like they're high quality stuff. You get 100,000 credits. I've got 1 million credits. I haven't done like 4 races. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
So one of the things that it gave me was like super follower boost. And suddenly I had 1 million, not 1 million, but I had a whole bunch more followers. And it goes, all right, now you're ready for winter. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't get to do any of the autumn stuff. What are you doing? So now I just got done with winter before the show. Because the winter, I had this Lamborghini and I'm like, all right, it goes 100 million miles an hour. I'm going to drive that. Not on a winter road. You're not driving that.
you're not.
Slipping. So that was frustrating because I have this super awesome car that I can't drive.
Well, you can drive that in the summer. What's the matter with you?
Well, I'm not. It's not summertime yet, is it? Though.
Well, exactly. You've got to drive the winter cars.
Right. And so, what are the winter cars? I go to do one of the winter events, and it goes, "Here's your 3 options." And I guess I could have picked one of my other cars because I have a really good car with snow tires on it that actually goes fast. I'm like, okay, I want to drive that one. But then they're like, pick one of these 3, and I thought I had to play with it. I guess I didn't, but whatever. Anyway, so one of them is like a tank. One of them is a big pickup truck with these enormous wheels, and one of them is like a VW buggy with, slightly bigger wheels. I'm like, all right, that one looks like it'll go the fastest. I'll get in that one. Well, no, it doesn't go very fast. It's still a VW bug, and it...
Yeah, they weren't very fast cars, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. But, they maneuver okay in the snow, which was really what the race was, going all over the place in the snow and, all the whatever. As you know, when you're doing a race in this game, it plugs in the names of your Xbox friends.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So every time I play a game, I'm racing against Hardly Dan and DJ No Clue. And I don't know if you're in there, Chinny. I don't remember seeing you, but,
I've seen Ginny on mine when I've been playing.
Fumu and, Sumu and all the rest of them. So that's kind of cute. I feel like they let me win, and the first event is like, go to where the festival starts. I'm like, we'll race you there. And I kind of felt like I was, my first thing in the game. I don't know what I'm doing. And I felt like they were just suspiciously slowing down. I felt like the game wanted you to feel like I'm a champion already. Yeah. But maybe that's my imagination. I don't know.
There are a ton of cool landmarks in the game. Like
there are cool, I assume they're cool for you, especially because you know the countryside.
Yeah, Bamburgh
Whereas
Castle is particularly cool. Obviously, Edinburgh is cool.
There's some horse drawing on the ground that I.
Is it the Wiltshire horse or the Shropshire horse?
That sounds
or
right.
Like
I don't know.
Something like that.
And of course, you pick a emote for your like standard idle emote. So here's this ancient thing that was drawn in 6000 BCE or whatever, and I'm standing there whipping and nay-naying like, watch me, come on. So that's like pretty ridiculous, but it was fun. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I don't know much about English construction, but I'm very glad that the little stone walls you have near the road crumble very easily.
Oh yeah.
They don't, in real life, not so much.
No, they do. I've driven through plenty of them.
Yeah. I'll take Chinny's word over yours.
I remember,
he has fun when he drives.
I remember when we went to the Lake District one year on a holiday, and sadly, I don't know how badly he was injured, but somebody on a motorbike went headfirst into one of those stone walls, and there was an ambulance there. And I'm guessing he was pretty seriously injured.
Yes, but in the game, they crumble like paper mache, which is nice because I'm going off the road a lot. And I'll tell you this. So they have the little arrows to show you where you're supposed to be going, right? That's fine. I like a little less of that because I like to minimize my UI.
You can
as much
turn
as
all that
possible.
shit off if you want.
Yes, you can, but I don't want to turn it all the way off because then I won't know when the turn's coming and I'll go veering off the
I
cliff
don't
and
want.
shit.
I don't want any guides, but I also want the guides.
That's not what I said. I said I wish you could turn off some of it, which you can, but what I really wish is you could just turn the transparency up because you know, right now, if you have it on, it's like really bright, it's really glaring. It would be kind of nice if you could turn it to like 20% transparency so that it's there, but you can't, you know, it's not as visible. So whatever. I turned off everything except for the turn markers, which is nice because then it'll let me know when I need to stop driving like a lunatic. But in the meantime, I can drive like a lunatic and it'll keep me posted. And you know, look, I'm used to driving in Rocket League, which you're not taking gentle turns in Rocket League, right? You're not moving around in lanes in order to make sure you get the proper arc shape in Rocket League. So it's a different kind of driving required in this game. But it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
I'm having a lot of fun with, you know, the different variety of it, and I can do the type of road racing that I like to do, but also there's some other fun stuff so it doesn't get dull. And I'm really enjoying it. And I made my license plate VTGMR UK, I think, something like that, veteran gamer. And I spent a long time. You can really customize the hell out of these cars. And I spent a long time trying to make I think it was one of the Lamborghinis, trying to make it look cool. But when I started driving it, and I was very happy with the paint designs I had put all over it, and I started driving, I'm like, I'm not really seeing any of those designs ever. I'm just seeing the top back part, right? So like, why did I spend all that time customizing it?
Because
It's
other
ridiculous.
people will see it when you're playing multiplayer, of course.
I don't think they'll care. So, what this person's putting fuck off.
Of course
Fuck
he
you.
is.
Okay, right.
Wonder what you
So
can
anyway,
put.
yeah. It's good. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying Forza Horizon 4.
It is. It is a great game.
$10
Like
I
I
spent on
say,
it. That was a good amount of money.
They've done a good job of condensing the whole of the UK into what they've done and having a lot of the major landmarks for you to go and have a look at.
Sure.
So,
I will say they should let you skip the logos when you launch the game. It's annoying to have to sit through the Microsoft Studios logo. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come
And
on.
it does feel like that. That is what the Lake District looks like. You know, what they have in the game. That is pretty much how it looks.
Come on now. Come on now. Let me
So-
skip those logos. Come on.
Pretty cool.
Yes, but the visuals are great and the dialogue sucks, but it's, you know, to be fair, there's not a lot of dialogue. Like once at the start of the game, they're going through all this stuff. And there's like a AI helper, Anna or something, and I'm just like, I keep thinking I might want to click on it, but I'm like, screw it. I know where I'm going and what I'm doing. I don't need to have some robot telling me what to do. Fuck you, robot.
Yeah, fuck you, robot.
Yeah.
I have played a little bit more Dead Space 2.
Yourself.
Not at all. I have played a little bit more. Not much else to say yet. But it is creepy as all hell. Is what I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I'm going to talk about, we had our nerdy board game night yet again on Friday.
Yeah, Gloomhaven.
No. Unfortunately, the
man.
guy, we're a
It's
team
so much
member
fun. You
down.
can't go back to it.
We're a team member down at the moment because he's missed the last two meetings. One, he was away on holiday, and on this Friday, he was doing a 50-kilometer run.
Nerd.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of running.
What a nerd.
Up and down hills and shit. So who knows?
Who's that?
He's a madman. He's my mate Steve. He's just complete.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve. You know Steve. Steve. You know Steve. Good old Steve.
Yes.
Anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So he's not been around. So we've just been playing some other stuff. We played Carcassonne. Which is the first time I've played it, really. I think I played a little bit when it came out on Xbox, didn't it, at some point?
Yeah,
a long
Xbox
time.
Live. Like, what do they used to call it? I don't know.
can't
It's
remember.
like the little games that came out on Xbox Live.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, yeah, we'll give this a go. So I got it out. I bought it quite a while back in a sale somewhere. So so my wife happily popped out all the tiles. This is such a good game. And it's pretty simple to play as well. I thought it was going to be complicated, and it's not at all.
Right.
It's kind of like a jigsaw with points is probably the easiest way to describe it. Have either of you two played Carcassonne?
No.
Nope.
Xbox
played
Live
it?
Arcade. That's what it was called.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was called. Duke, you played this?
Nope.
I think you'd both like it. It's kind of cool. But so basically what you've got to do is it's really cool how it's designed as well. So there's all these tiles that are part like land in the south of France, and some have roads on, some have villages, some have parts of cities on, and some have monasteries on them.
Okay.
And basically the way the gameplay works is you always have the same starting tile, which is a road and a bit of a city. So what
It's
you
Settlers
do
of
is,
Catan.
kind of, it's a bit more simplistic than that, I would imagine, though.
Okay.
So basically, you put down. So that starts. Then you can then the first person who plays can put like if you get a bit of another city, you can then put the city on the city, and you can claim that as a person, and then that's your city. And once the city's completed, depending on how many tiles you've used to make it, and it's got a wall all the way around, you get a point for each tile, basically. So it's kind of, then you can play as a highwayman on the road, which means you own that bit of road, and depending on the length of the road before it gets finished, then obviously you get the point for each tile on that's within the road. So it's quite tactical because you can close the road off quick when somebody claims it, so they only get, say, 2 points for that if you pick up the right tile to close it. What's really clever is, though, that you can pretty much play every tile somewhere. They're all designed in such a way that they will always connect to something on a tile that's already been played. So there is a bit at the end, a bit of like trying to figure out where you can fit the last few tiles in, because there's obviously a lot of tiles once you get to the full size. Excellent, though. I'd recommend it to anybody to play. It's so good. So yeah, very impressed with that. And the other game we played was Forbidden Island. Have you two heard of this?
No, I saw. So there was a party that was supposed to happen there, and then they had people staying in tents, and there was it was owned by Pablo Escobar, right?
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, yeah, terrible.
Fire Island.
Yeah. So Forbidden Island, it's another tile game. I'll not go too much detail, but yeah, you basically build an island that's sinking, and you've got to play as cooperative, collect 4 treasures, and escape. Is the sort of purpose of that? Yeah, but again, great fun. We nearly did it. We had 3 of the treasures. And then the island was flooded, so we all died. But we were so close. We only had one treasure left to get an escape. We were so close. Yes. But it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I recommend both of those. Sure. If you want something different to your usual Monopoly or Trivial Pursuit, shall we say? And that's it from me. Anything else from you, Duke?
I got one more. I had looked up best puzzle games on Steam once upon a time, and there was one that caught my eye because it was made by the same person who did Hook and OO and some other puzzle games that I really like. And it's called Klocki, Klocki. It doesn't have anything to do with clocks. I don't really know why it's called Klocki. But anyway, it is a puzzle game that is... It starts out very basic, and I love the simplicity of it when you start. You got a bunch of tiles, and you have to swap some of them around in order to make a solid line. And they're all in different parts of the grid at first, and you have to just swap them around so you end up with a solid line. That's really cool. After only a few levels, they start adding in elements. So there are these black tiles that they start adding in, and you can't have 2 black tiles next to each other. So you have to figure out where to put them so that they're not beside each other. And it gets a little complicated because, you only have so many spots you can put them in. But yeah, there's that. And then they add rotating tiles. And then they add rotating entire segments of the grid. And then they add, they keep adding all these different things. And it's a little frustrating how quickly they move on to the next thing they want to add. Because eventually you have like 10 different mechanics and you have puzzles where all of them are being used. So you have black tiles here and you have tiles you have to rotate here. And then you have these things you have to rotate the whole section of the grid. It becomes like a sliding tile game at one point, so you have to move stuff around, and you have so many options of what to do, so many tiles that need to get sorted, that it's kind of hard to figure out, okay, where is the solid line supposed to start from and where's it supposed to end. In the first early levels you can tell it's pretty easy. Unfortunately, it's kind of frustrating once you get going. Oh man, I forgot to download a sound. The sound when you finish a level is really cool. It's like, it's very, you feel like you've done something important when you finish a level of this game. But yeah, it's good. It's a good solid puzzle game. It is elegant, although they do, like I say, add a whole lot of, ingredients to the puzzles very quickly, and that gets a little frustrating. But by and large, I'm loving it. Klocki, if you like a good puzzle game, yeah, give it a little checking out.
Give it a little clocky.
Yeah,
Give it a little
clock
clocky.
that shit.
Clocky the clocky clock.
All right, are we on to news?
We are. There's a lot of news, so strap in.
Putting news first.
Gareth Bright has been putting news into the chat.
I know there's a lot of
okay.
news going on. There's a lot of news
Yeah.
because there's been the
Even cartoon
Xbox
characters are mixed up.
showcase has taken place, and
Yes.
guess what? They showed gameplay of
What? Not Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, Starfield. Yeah, whatever. I for some reason I'm not stoked about this. I don't know. So what's the takeaway from the gameplay? How is it?
Looks pretty generic to me.
That's fine.
I wasn't blown away. I must admit, I watched it, and it's got this weird animation thing. Have you seen it, Chinny?
No, I'm going to play it on the screen
It almost
now.
looks a bit claymation-y, although it isn't. But it's got this weird aesthetic about it. No VATS that I could see do. It was straight up shoot, bar, dead.
That's
like
fine.
health
They
bar
don't have
type
to have
thing.
VATS and everything.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be anything vatty about it. He
Yeah.
banged on a bit about like, oh, you can customize your character because you're the player. How do you want it to be? You decide, and all this stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
The environments look great. Gotta say, it does look pretty, but it does
Pretty
almost
game.
look. You know what I mean? It looks a bit like Thunderbirds or something.
Yes.
It's got a weird aesthetic about it.
Okay.
But yeah, the facial characters, they're still not great. Bethesda, they've been making video games all of these years. But as you know, instantly, when you zooms in on a character's face in a Bethesda game, you know instantly it's a Bethesda game.
That's fine because we don't play them for the faces. We don't play them for the minor aesthetic detail. We play them for the
Studios.
awesome open worlds that are a lot of
I
fun to
want
explore.
see realistic faces at this point.
Okay,
in
fine.
time.
Well, you can play your
This is
little
meant to
VR
be
swing around game with the
next-
Quarry with the awesome, amazing faces, and
Next
I'll be
gen
playing this great
showcase
game with a lot of fun stuff to explore.
But no, it has got a realistic quality about it, but in a weird kind of animated type of way. I don't know I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know, have any idea what you're talking about, but
It's a bit like claymation. It looks like claymation. It isn't, but it has that. You know, like they look like they've been animated. Like the jerkiness, the way that stuff
stop
moves
motion
around.
animation type
Yeah,
stuff. I hear you.
it looks
Okay.
like stop motion.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it
That's
looks
not
like.
what I'm getting from it, but all right.
It does look a bit like that. That's just me, though.
That's just you.
What do you think, Chinny? I mean, you're looking at this. You like Bethesda games. What are you thinking?
It looks it just looks sort of like a modern Fallout to me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like, I suppose, things that you wouldn't see in Fallout, like new ways of hacking, and like new robots that you wouldn't see in Fallout. But they kind of look like they would live in the Fallout universe, if you know what I mean. Like you can kind of tell
Well,
that
they
this
could.
is,
I mean, anything could be part of the Fallout universe, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
It's-
it looks
sorry.
alright. It looks alright. Looks just a lot more polished. Like the gun mechanics look a little bit more sharper than they usually are. It looks like a modern Fallout game, like to me. But I know it's not a Fallout game, but it looks like one.
it's really weird for a game developer with an established science fiction franchise to come out with a new science fiction franchise. You know what I mean? It would be like if BioWare came out with a different science fiction franchise
Yeah.
other than Mass Effect. Like it just seems like a strange choice
It's
for
like
Bethesda
like
to do.
Bethesda
it
making
isn't.
like
I mean-
another fantasy game or something. It'd be weird.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say to that is that obviously Fallout set on Earth, and it's sort of after a
Yeah.
massive apocalypse or whatever. This
Oh,
is
sure.
set in space on different
Right,
planets,
right.
moons,
Yeah.
whatever,
No
bigger
doubt. I mean,
scope.
it's fine. It's just that I mean, because they're going to change up mechanics as well. So for them to change up everything except for their style, you know what I mean, and the genre, just seems a little. It's weird because there's lots of new stuff, but I can tell where the old stuff is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this weird blend of old and new.
That's what I say. It just feels like if you told me this was like Fallout 5,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Right.
yeah, looks like it.
Right.
but it looks
And you could
good.
give-
Like
you
I'm
could-
looking
you
at
could
it.
let people off of Earth if you
I'm-
wanted to.
I'm
But I mean,
looking-
whatever. They have the right to do.
I'm
it.
looking at it now, and I'm like, yeah, this looks fine. Like this looks all right.
Yeah.
Maybe because
I
I'm
don't think-
36
I
and
don't
I
think
don't
it's
get
You're not
excited.
gonna get it day one though, are you? I mean, I think
Of course
I
we
might get
are.
it
It's
day
on
one.
Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
Well,
Yeah, we don't
okay,
have to
fine,
pay
you'll get it.
anything.
You'll play it day one. But
We'll
I'm gonna
play
actually
it day
support
one.
The developer.
Well, we'll support the developer. They get loads of money from Game
Tainted
Pass.
Brain in the chat says 1,000 planets apparently.
How about that?
No, I can't imagine.
By the way, I just got a
scanning them
new
all.
hard drive too. 2 terabytes, baby. What? I got all the space. Yep.
So yeah, it looks fine. It does look fine. But that wasn't the only thing announced at that their conference.
Go on.
Their conference. There's nothing really that new though. They did some more gameplay of Redfall. Do you remember this? The vampire
That got
co-op.
delayed, did it?
Yeah, delayed to 2023 now. But it looks pretty cool. It does look great. But they're saying it's kind of Arcane Studios' take on Borderlands, is how he describes it. So it's more like Borderlands than anything else, but it looks cool. So that looks kind of fun to play. They've announced a new Forza Motorsport. So like
7, is it?
yeah, 8. Is it 8? 7 or 8?
7
I
or
don't
8.
know. It's a long way in. Spring 2023 is the window for that to come. So you've got a bit of time to wait for that. Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is finally nearing release. So that's October the 4th.
I'm surprised. Like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems rare that like there's never been a WoW 2. You know what I mean? There's never been a I guess there's Starfield 2.
They do expansion packs, don't they?
Right. There's never been a Fortnite 2. There's never been a Rocket League 2. Like for them to do an Overwatch 2 just feels interesting.
Rocket League is 2.
It is the 2. I know, but there's never been a 3 then. Like once these platform games have, there's never been a Dota. Well, I guess Dota 2.
There is a Destiny 2, yeah.
Destiny 2.
There's never been a League. Right, there's never been a Destiny 3. You know what I mean? Like I feel like at a certain point, like when Dota 2 landed, they were like, okay, it's going to be this from now on. When Fortnite landed, they're like, it's going to be this from now on. And
Overwatch has had this weird problem where like they nailed it for the first year or so, and then after that, like everybody hated it. I don't know what went on, but like they did stuff.
I think the community is so goddamn toxic that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, but every community is toxic, though, isn't it? Like,
but there's a special breed of toxicity, I think, in Overwatch for whatever reason. That's what I've heard anyway. I've not played it a whole lot, but every student I have who's like, yeah, I used to play Overwatch, and then this community just got so goddamn toxic.
Well, they all do. That's kind of how it goes.
But there's a special breed of toxicity in Overwatch from what I hear. So
isn't Rocket League quite toxic?
It is, but it's not like you don't play with the same people over and over in Rocket League. That's I think one of the differences is that in Overwatch you're gonna probably end up being in the same lobby with the same people on a regular basis. And
I liked Overwatch. I thought it was great, but obviously
I think the gameplay is great, but the gameplay in Rocket League is great too. And it's just a question of whatever. And that may not be the reason, and I don't know if that has anything to do with making a new Overwatch game.
Gareth Bryant in the chat keeps shouting, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is coming to Game Pass. Well, yeah, that's why they paid 70 billion for like Activision or whatever they paid.
70 billion. Who gives a shit?
Resident Evil 4 remake is also coming to Game Pass, so I'm interested in that.
Yeah, but I've just played it in VR. I don't want to play it again.
Well, that's not their fault, is it?
I just bloody played this game in VR, man. I don't give a shit.
They should have known. Stuart just played it. He doesn't want to play it again.
Bloody can keep it. Bloody keep the stupid game. Arc 2 was featured.
Wow.
I never played the first one, but apparently
the first one's a fine, survival game with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But
with this one, you can control the dinosaurs and battle with them and stuff.
Okay. Well, you could control them in the first one, but
No, I never played it.
Presumably they're going to get bigger. They're going to get more elaborate. They're going to get more technical and fancier.
Yeah, fancy pants.
I like Rust. Let me just whack at a tree with a rock.
Diablo 4 trailer.
Okay.
So
well, they just launched
featured.
Diablo Immortals, and who was it on? Lord was saying on.
You can play it on
Twitch,
your phone, can't you?
Play it. I don't know. I downloaded it, but I forgot to play it because I open up Steam when it's time to play games, and I forget about what's on my Blizzard. I should put it in my Steam to remind me.
But no, I mean it looks pretty good. It's more Diablo. And apparently there's going to be, I can't remember how many he said now, but it's a shit ton of 150 dungeons. And the way you wait through the game is entirely up to you. In Far Cry fashion, you can also clear out enemy areas and turn them into friendly towns. So they've kind of just made it, they've just added shit to it, basically.
I mean, my problem with Diablo is I saw someone complaining about this on Twitter today. Like, at a certain point, it didn't feel like a game so much as it was like a hold down the attack button simulator. You know what I mean? Like, I was just slaughtering through enemies. And it was, you know, what you were saying, Chinny, about the Vampire Survivors game. Like, I was so overpowered. And I could turn the difficulty up, I guess. But it just didn't feel like there was much to do other than, like, slog through this dungeon, just mowing down enemies as I go. And, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's just...
Yep.
There's more to an RPG than that, man.
Gareth in the chat says there's lots of duff games on Game Pass, so it's nice to see big titles coming.
Yeah,
although Assassin's Creed Origins was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
have you tried Vampire Survivors there, Gareth?
It's only on the PC.
It's only on PC Game Pass, though.
Oh, really? I didn't realize.
I had to download something on the fucking
PC.
PC.
On his PC.
I was not happy about it.
Moving on, though, they have got the Persona collection coming to Xbox for the first time. So it's Persona 3, Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal are all coming to the Xbox. So there, October 21st, Royal is the first one to come. So there you go. And then the final thing that they finished with was Hideo Kojima is making his next game in partnership with Microsoft.
Oh boy.
Whatever the fuck that may be, but I'm guessing that'll come to Game Pass, whatever it is. He didn't really say much about it other than that. That was kind of it, really.
Did you play Death Stranding, Stu?
I did. I played quite a bit of it, actually.
Which means he played it for an hour. And he was
I played way more. Than
quite a bit means 2 hours.
No, I played probably, I reckon I got on for more like 10. I did play quite a lot of it.
Did you finish it?
No, did I? That game goes on for bloody hundreds of hours.
Surprise.
And you're Stuart. So those two things together.
I'll be honest, right? It got to the point where it was just too weird for me. It was just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, what did you think something different would happen when you started the game?
Maybe.
The trailer did not hide the weirdness, did it?
No, it didn't. It looks incredible, though. I mean, I will give it that. It looks so cool. But it's just such a fucking weird game.
In the chat, Big Hoss says Diablo Immortal plays good on mobile too.
Yeah.
Gareth Bryant says Bin Man Simulator in the desert.
That's Death Stranding. Yeah.
That's Death Stranding. Tainty Brain says Persona is Xbox's attempt to get into the Asian market. I think Xbox gave up trying to get into the Asian market.
Yeah, they're not going to get into the Asian market by putting Persona on that platform when it's available on every PS4 in the world.
On the 360, they tried.
It's a little bit late for that.
They tried so hard on the 360.
They did. They gave up.
They couldn't get it.
Right, but other stuff that was announced, I want to talk about outside of the big shit at Xbox, was a little game called As Dusk Falls. Have you seen this?
No.
It looks super cool, super up my street.
Right.
What's the premise?
So basically, it's an 8-player, multiplayer game, but story-driven.
Okay.
So, from what I can gather,
8 people together to play this game? Fuck out of here.
No, you don't have to have 8 people. You can have up to 8 people to play.
Okay.
So, when a person makes a decision in the game, the other people playing can then vote on whether they think that's the right decision.
Can't you do that in the Quarry? I think you can.
Possibly.
You can.
You may be able to
can have there's a different mode, so you can have votes. You can have pass the controller, so it tells you when to pass the controller.
Yeah.
So if you're playing it with multiple people, so yeah. But anyway, As Dusk Falls, go.
So there is no animation really. There is, but it's kind of using this weird art style where it's like photographs of real people.
Sort of. They look like GTA characters.
Yeah, but they are real people, by the way.
Yeah, but you know GTA's art style.
Like
the loading screen sort of thing. It's that. And it's just a
Yeah.
bunch of motion graphics. So this is
They've tried to make it look like a graphic novel, basically.
Sort of, yeah. This is exactly what you shat on Dead Space Ignition for, by the way.
Yeah, that looked way shitter than this, though. Let's be
It
honest.
does. Granted, it does, but it is the
It
same
did look
art style.
way
It is the
shitter
same
than this.
method, basically. It's motion graphics.
Yeah. It looked way shitter than this.
There's
though.
better touches, like her hair's moving there, and there's lots.
It
of
looks
effects.
cool. This looks kind of my kind of thing. Just saying.
I don't know. It looks. A bit...
I think it'll be a lot like the Futurama episode where they go to the movie and they all get to choose whether or not the guy is going to do a certain thing on the screen.
I have no choice but to. If you want Calculon to race to the laser gun battle in his hover Ferrari, press 1. If you want Calculon to double check his paperwork, press 2. Enter now.
And he's pressing something.
You have pressed 2.
No, I didn't.
I'm almost positive you did.
The only thing I would say is I think it looks cool. It's out in July, so it's out very soon.
Very soon. Is this going to be another 12 minutes?
Well, that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
It looks super fucking cool, but I'm worried it's going to be another 12 minutes that I'm like,
You better
yeah,
get
this
your
looks-
hopes up.
This looks quite cool. I want to play this game,
Mm.
but it could be terrible. It could be really bad. It could be an excellent premise, but it turns out not to be very good.
But
And
it could be good.
It could be good, but there is a caveat here that Duke might be interested to know is that it's being made by the lead designer from Quantic Dreams.
Oh
who
boy!
Started
Where
up
do I
their own
sign up?
studio. So
Okay.
they started up their own studio.
Great.
But that
The
doesn't
world
mean
needs
it's gonna
more
be bad.
Quantic Dream stuff.
That's not going to be bad.
Well, but it means that the mediocrity is multiplying.
Not necessarily.
Yeah. Like when we started this podcast, look how many podcasts are out, and now there's
exactly.
loads.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
loads.
exactly.
Loads. But yeah, I'm quite excited for that. I do think it looks pretty cool. But we'll see, because you never know.
never know.
In other news, not game related, but just sort of thought was quite interesting. Squid Game season 2 has been greenlit by Netflix. So
No shit.
You know what? I was so angry and disappointed with the ending of the first one. I'm not watching no season 2.
get
Fuck outta
out!
here.
It was cool, although I did see.
No,
it
it's
coming.
not. It's a really stupid ending.
Which bit is stupid?
Well, if we're gonna give spoilers for Squid
Spoilers
Game,
for
I
Squid
don't
Game if
mind.
you're the one person on the planet who hasn't seen it
All right,
yet.
fine. He was the old dude. Why? Because it's so boring being all rich and shit. So I like watching people get murdered, and I wanted a chance to get murdered. That's the
He
stupidest.
didn't
premise in
really
the
want to get a
world.
chance to get murdered because he was never going to get
Fine.
murdered.
He just wanted to be
was he?
close to the murder. Then
He just wanted to be in it, didn't he?
And what's the
I've-
second season going to be? Oh, I'm going to try to stop the murdering, but no one's going to stop anything. I'll become one of the murderers.
We don't know that for certain.
I feel
Well,
like
come on.
I
What
feel
do you
like
think it's going to be?
it would be a good film, not a TV show. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Like it's got to end.
That's amen. If I had spent an hour and a half on it, which by the way, we watched a movie called High Rise. And speaking, it's got your Tom Huddleston dude from the Quarry, and Elizabeth Moss and Jeremy Irons. It has a good cast, but the movie sucks. If I had spent 90 minutes on Squid Game, I'd be like, all right, whatever. It swung and it was okay. Like the stuff until the story reveal was fine, but 10 hours, come on.
The only problem I had with the ending is that he dyed his hair red to be inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Blend in. So blend in.
Why would you do that?
Big Hoss is just asking about the Quarry, which I just spoke about for about 10
Yeah,
minutes.
go
earlier,
back
so-
and listen to.
So you'll have to
an hour
listen
So
to
ago.
the
what
beginning
happened?
of the
Because
podcast.
Big Hoss was sort of here at the start. So obviously, what
Yeah, I
happened
don't know,
there
he's
is that he
obviously
fell into a
disappeared.
Got
coma
so bored.
because he
He
got
did.
so
He was
bored.
so bored. He fell into a coma and then he didn't know what
Yeah.
we've been talking about.
All right. Any other
Um,
news?
Yes, there is. There is
Oh,
other news.
man.
Other news.
So much
Uh,
news.
Now, weirdly, right, I went to look this
Weirdly.
up only last week after I'd
Go
played
ahead.
Mass Effect again and then started playing Dead Space 2 again.
Yeah.
I remember the game being announced a long time ago called Routine. Do you remember this?
No.
Do either of you remember this? And it was like a sort of horror game set on a moon space station. And
Okay.
you had to sort of escape from it, I think is what the sort of premise of the game was. When I looked, it was announced in 2012. So it was announced 10 years ago.
I saw this
Okay.
on TikTok today. Routine.
Yeah, well, weirdly, right? I only thought about it, went and looked it up, and it said the last thing they'd heard was in 2017. So nothing's been heard since. As far as you know, it's been canned. So I was like, oh, that's a shame because I did, it looked quite cool. That. lo and bloody behold,
Bloody hell.
this very week they have re-announced that it's gonna launch on Game Pass, no less.
Fucking
this is
Game
coming
Pass,
to
man.
Fucking Game
Christ.
Pass.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck?
Honestly, just as you think there's so much shit on there, something will come out on there. You're like, oh,
Bloody hell. What's also interesting is, right, GameSpot did a thing, and it's like Routine, a new first-person horror game coming to Xbox Game Pass. It's that long ago. GameSpot don't even remember it being announced 10 years ago. They think it's a whole new game. Like, no.
Well, it still is a new game, I suppose.
Well, no, all the other websites are like, oh, a game that's been in development for 10 years finally got a release date and stuff like that. GameSpot, whoever wrote that article, may be too young to remember.
They're probably like 21.
Yeah, probably like 21. They were 11 when it was announced. Who knows? But yeah, so it's finally coming. So I'm kind of excited, I guess.
I haven't seen any of this Callisto Protocol, which is the Dead Space developer, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a look at it, and you know what it looked like?
Dead Space.
Dead Space. That's pretty much what it looked like. It did look quite cool.
I'm just looking at it now. It's the first time.
It just looks like Dead Space.
Even with the light on his back, they're not even trying to hide it, are they?
No, it just looks like Dead Space.
Yeah. Looks good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another game that I was quite
sometimes I
intrigued.
think some people just have one idea.
Yeah, they do.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was another game that was shown which I'm quite interested in, and it's called American Arcadia. And have you seen this? I'm not sure what type of game it even is, but it's basically takes place in this massive metropolis that is like a Truman Show. So the people in it
What's it
don't
called?
realize. American Arcadia.
American Arcadia.
The headline for PC Gamer is American Arcadia is like a reality show, but if your ratings drop, they kill you.
And you have to try and escape. And so you take control of two characters in different locations, and then you have to try and escape from it. But yeah, everybody doesn't realize that they're the biggest reality TV show in the world.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty cool. I like. At least it's doing something different.
I would say Truman Show is one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies.
It's a great movie.
Oh, it's great. No, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
See, that's right. Shut the fuck up, both of you, right?
We're both right.
That's what all the fucking hipsters say, because they want to appear clever and stuff, right?
It is a fucking great movie.
But I've watched both of them.
We said that at the same time. We said that at the same time.
I've watched both of those movies, and I was like, Truman Show all the way. Like,
no.
I feel like Sunshine of the Spotless Mind just sort of gets off on being weird and just like,
It's not that weird, really.
No, it's not. Yeah, you stick with your guns on that one.
It's just a
no.
cool,
I'm not with Stu on that. It is weird, but it's weird for a good reason.
Yeah, it is. No, that's what I mean. It is weird, but it's not.
You can't dig into the way the memory works without getting weird.
Yeah, it
and
is.
The Truman Show is an important. It was prescient. The Truman Show was before its time. It was telling us what it was going to be like in the 21st century once social media.
They were pretty close.
Permeates everything. Yeah. I'm sure there are fetuses with their own goddamn Instagram profiles and whatnot, but it makes its point, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Like it's a fairly straightforward
which is what
story,
you complain about these TV shows that don't do that.
Well, there's a balance between the two,
Yeah.
So it looks pretty cool. But yeah, American Arcadia looks pretty cool.
It's very. It's sort of like it looks. The characters look like Virginia. Remember that game we played, Virginia?
Yes, they do.
They do look.
Yeah,
like
we're a bit better than that.
They like what's the term for it? Like low poly. That's the term, isn't it?
Yeah.
Low poly pixels.
It's interesting to see. This is true with the Anacrusis. Is the 70s aesthetic. Right,
yeah.
And the game, the behind the frame game, has the boombox with the audio cassette tape. It's such an interesting series of choices for game developers to be like, okay, this game's going to be set here in order to evoke this nostalgia vibe for the audience that probably remembers this 70s world that they grew up in.
What I find really interesting is 70s look at the future, and Fallout's like that as well. It's like the 50s and the 60s look at the future.
Right.
And it's fascinating. It's like this never existed, but we know what it is.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So it's cool. So there's been quite a few cool things announced this week. Flashback 2 is coming to PC, by the way.
Flashback 1 was shite.
Flashback 2?
Yeah, it was terrible. Terrible. But they're making it. It's a platformer, apparently. So
it just looked good, Flashback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. It did. And I think that's kind of it. There was probably a whole lot of other stuff, but
Modern Warfare 2.
Moss Book 2, by the way, was meant to be PSVR only, but it's coming to Quest 2 as well. So that's been announced. So that's not just sticking to the old PlayStation, but you can't
So
blame
apparently
them
Big
because
Hoss. Yeah, sorry, Big Hoss had to go throw burgers on the grill. The short answer is, yeah, you might as well give it a shot. Stu's into it, but it's weird looking. So whatever.
The
Go on.
Quarry.
no, it's pretty good. Yeah, and also this is nothing to do with the Xbox, but the author Dmitry Gluskoskiov, or whatever his name is.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
pronounce it.
Metro 2033.
Yeah, has been added to the Russia's federal wanted list for coming out
Really?
and speaking out.
Oh,
against
probably because
the
he's
war.
talking shit about Putin. Yeah,
'cause
good for
he's
him.
talking shit about Putin. He's been put
Yeah.
on Russia's wanted list.
Stay strong, dude. Him
No,
and,
I don't feel so
Pussy
bad
Riot.
about playing those Metro games now. Because before I'm like, I don't want to play a game in Russia right now. But seeing as the author is a ledge, then why not?
Yeah, he's a bit of a ledge. He's totally against the war, but he's put himself in danger as a result of that. But
Good for
hey ho,
It's not hard to
God,
put
yeah,
yourself
he's
in
written a lot of
danger in
books.
Russia, is it? Like, just
No, it
say
isn't.
shit
Yeah,
about
right.
the leader and.
I don't
off
know
you
if
go.
I agree with all of this. Fuck you.
yeah, we'll put you in prison. Yeah, there was. I mean, in the Twitter sphere. We obviously Susan asked what people liked about it, anything that they wanted to say, and a lot of them weren't happy with the fact that nothing about Fable or Senua's the Senua second game was
Senua
covered.
Sacrifice.
No, it's called something else, isn't it?
Senua's can't be bothered to
Senua's
sacrifice.
Second
Senua's-
sacrifice. Yeah.
It's Senua's something.
Senua's cake.
It's called Senua something.
Senua's something. There you go. But yeah, there's a lot of people
Senua's serendipity.
complaining that none of that was covered. But yeah, it is what
Well,
it is, I guess.
Fuck you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck you. We'll show you what we want to show you.
Yeah.
And that's it for news. Unless you two have got anything else you'd like to mention.
You know, like the whole Game Fest thing. I've been listening to podcasts and they've been talking about it. I know the Jeff Keighley thing. That was a lot of survival horror games apparently in one. Because they played that Callisto Protocol, and then the next beat they played like the Dead Space remake, and it's like, bloody hell, how many games of these are you gonna make?
I haven't actually seen the video for the trailer for the Dead Space remake. Does it look any good? Does it look different?
I don't know. And I'm not gonna Google it to find out either. But
Because you
know,
don't care enough.
not enough.
Not enough.
I don't know. It's just people don't know what to do at this time of year. Gamers don't know what to do. Like in terms of like what shows to put on. You know, Microsoft and Sony are like, what should we do? What should we do? And it feels like Microsoft and Sony went all out, and everybody else sort of just held back a little bit. And Nintendo haven't done anything. They're just like sat on their arse going, "Fuck you." We can put out a trailer for a Mario game tomorrow, and everybody will buy it the next day. So screw you.
Yeah, that is true. By the way, have you seen the comparisons for the Last of Us remake?
I'm not blown away.
I saw an
No,
article
I'm
about it, but I
not.
didn't bother looking at it.
I'll be honest. I don't think Jessie looks right. I think she looks a bit
It's
weird.
a bit weird, but look, I
She
think
looks like too old almost.
some of it looks, better. Some of it looks different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like
Yeah.
it looks just different. Like they remade it for the PS4, and I saw on TikTok this week of like you know the guy from Narcos and The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
that chap. He's Joel in the TV show The Last of Us.
That's right. Yeah.
So and somebody's been filming the set and they're filming some scenes, some behind the scenes stuff for them. So I know they're making the Last of Us TV show. So I can sort of see why they're remaking the first one, just so like they can put the game in the best light, I suppose. But they remade it for the PS4. I played it recently, like it was 2020. I played it and it was fine. Do you know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah, I
nothing
played
wrong
it
with
again since, haven't we? We both did.
So
I
I
played
don't
it
know.
twice
I don't
now.
know what they're doing really, but I guess people will play it and buy it and compare it, and it almost makes you feel like, did they purposely make it different just so people would make all these comparison videos? You know, I don't know. I'm not really. I probably will end up playing it because I'm a twat, but yeah.
I'm not investing any more money in this. I'm certainly not paying 50 odd quid.
No, I mean the last time I played The Last of Us is when it came out, which is 2013. So when I played it in 2020. I mean, that's 7 years. That feels like it's pretty fresh. Do you know what I mean? And I was building up to The Last of Us 2 as well. But yeah, am I going to be motivated to play The Last of Us again in like a year's time? No, probably not.
I said Jesse. It's Ellie, isn't it?
It's Ellie, yeah. Ellie.
Sorry. No, I
Jesse's
don't know
breaking
why.
Jason
back.
Gallagher said that there's a game coming out on October 22nd called Scorn. I am looking at some gameplay of it right now. It is the weirdest fucking game ever. It looks like H.R. Giger makes a first-person shooter. Your gun is made out of like bones and skin and shit. It's really weird.
Yeah, I did see that.
It looks
actually.
like the kind of game that Jason Gallagher would like. You're not kidding. I'm not seeing any actual combat. He's just running around plugging in skulls and fingertips and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some combat. Okay. Weird.
But the other thing they announced this week as well, I don't know whether you saw this for the Last of Us TV show,
Nope.
is that Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson will have parts in the show. So they've got some parts actually in the show, but not obviously the parts they play in the games.
That must be weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Must be
so
weird.
they're
And
in the show,
apparently,
but-
Duke's mate Neil is working on the show as well. Neil Druckmann.
Hey.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So, yeah. But I suppose I was just thinking, why did they? I don't know that chap's name. You know, the Mandalorian chap. I don't know his name. I like him, but I don't know his name. What's his name? Do we know his name?
I don't know.
I don't know his name.
But he's a very good actor. He's great in Narcos. I loved him in Narcos, and yeah, he's probably just pulling in the viewers, aren't he? You know what I mean? Like they've got him for star power.
Oh,
I
you
guess.
mean Pedro Pascal?
Pedro Pascal? That's the chap. He's for star power, isn't he? He's like, right, draw him in because he's a star.
Yeah. Well, they've got Bella Ramsey's playing Ellie, isn't she?
I don't know who that is.
Bella Ramsey played the Lady Mormont in Game of Thrones, and she is superb casting, I've got to say.
We're not talking about
Excellent
snooker,
little
Lewis.
actress.
Sorry. No snooker talk here.
Yeah, we are.
No snooker. Excellent little voice actor, little actress. She's brilliant in Game of Thrones, so I've got total confidence in pulling the part off, to be fair.
What Lewis said there, I've actually got something to say about that. There's a game called
Go ahead.
Shooter's Pool,
Yes.
which is a pool snooker game, which has come out, and it's free
All right, what's this on Steam?
Okay.
on the PC. And I downloaded
Well,
it.
I'm going to look it up now.
I downloaded it. There is a paid version where you get a few like things, so I haven't got down to it yet. And I downloaded it, and I was like, "What if it's like a virus? I don't know." So then I got paranoid. But no, I've downloaded it. I haven't installed it. So I've looked at it. Shooter's Pool. Have you got it up, Stu?
It's not coming up on Steam, so it isn't on the Steam.
No, it's you've got to Google it. It's its own website.
Oh, that sounds dodgy to me.
So that's why I downloaded it, and I was like, "What if this is a virus?" But I don't think it
What
is
if it's
because
dodgy?
lots of people play it. But it looks like a really good snooker simulator.
Oh no, they've got a full-on website going on.
Yeah. They can't be scammers.
No, it doesn't look like a scam. It's a world's #1 billiard simulation, apparently.
Yeah, no, it does look really good. to be
So
fair.
it must be pretty good if it's the world's #1.
Yeah. So we shall see.
Well, you'll have to give it a go. Give us your views, Chinny, as you are the snooker expert on the show.
Yeah, I'm not playing very well at the moment, though. I have to say, in real life.
Have you overplayed? Have you played too much? Do you think?
No, not really. I just feel like I'm just trying to get those big breaks. But the more you try, it's almost like
that's what happens, man.
yeah. So
What happens?
it's different.
Anyway, I think it's time for some emails because we have got a few.
Oh, good.
Again, yeah.
Whoa, that ruled.
By the way, if you think I've paused the snooker video, I haven't. It's just that boring.
Fair enough. First email this week is from Phil the Power Taylor. There he goes back.
Yay, Phil
He is
Phil
back.
Taylor is back. Because last week he wrote in saying 90% of the games you talk about I disagree with or like I don't like, and he went, "See you later, bye." And well, tell us the games you like. So has he
So
told
he
us?
has done. So he says after last week's email, just to clarify on my game choices, I mostly play lots of Football Manager, all of the Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring games, and loads of online Halo, which clarifies the 9% game choices.
Yeah, I suppose you've got us with the Football Manager because you'll never catch one of us playing that shit.
Not a chance.
But I know, like, Ollie at work, he plays Football Manager every lunchtime, like every lunchtime.
Oh, fucking people love it. It's
But he
like their
doesn't-
life. It's not a game. It's your
But he
life.
doesn't play it. Like he's streaming it from his Steam PC at home, right?
Yeah.
And he plays it on his tablet, and he sort of just plays it and it goes, and then he's just watching Netflix on his lunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, so he's not even like acting. He's like he just has it on in the background. He just loves it. And I watched it once and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is, mate. I have no idea. But no, you'll never catch us. But with Halo multiplayer, like I could get into. What was the other stuff that he played?
The
Souls
Elden
games.
Rings.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, you play those, did you?
I've played.
You've dabbled. You've dabbled.
I'm terrible at them. I keep on saying I'm gonna like put some time into Elden Ring, and then I just go, it's Elden Ring.
New and
That
shiny.
doesn't sound like you.
Makes me scared. Right, here's it. Look, I've got a challenge for you, Phil.
Okay.
Philly boy. What I want you to do at some point in the next sort of few weeks, right, is play something you've never played before and never thought you would play. It can be on Game Pass or whatever, so you don't have to pay for it. Do whatever's easiest. And then send us an email with your views on something you have never tried before, or a genre, or a type of game.
I wonder if he's like played like games like Inside or something like what I mean, like a top quality game that like he's never
something
tried.
you never tried.
Yeah.
Like I found out like a few people recently have still never played like really great games like Portal, and you're like, how can you have never played Portal?
When Robin started listening to the show, he only played Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
So he said the podcast. He literally said this to me. He said the podcast and you specifically, Chinny, have changed my life.
There you
for
go.
the good, and
See?
I want to thank you with kindness and cash.
This is what I would say to you, Phil. Embrace diversity. There you go.
Yeah.
And he says, and yes, I did expect some abuse towards me. No problems.
Yeah. No worries.
Not Phil the Power Taylor.
Oh,
So boring.
that's really shit.
Yeah, you should just pretend. You should have just gone along with it. What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Okay, next one is from Jason. And he says, hi, I'm TeslaBot, #2. I got rid of the poop email guy, a bit of a numpty. You're welcome. I felt obligated. Anyway, I've been playing Disco Elysium and the writing has taught me so much. Here's a line from the game I wanted to share with you. Are you ready? As if the past will one day wipe the present away like a tidal wave approaching. So you go, what do you think? What do you think, Duke?
That's a pretty good line.
There you go.
It's a little overwrought, but that's okay.
What do you mean by
Depends on the
overwrought?
It's a bit too much.
It's very ornate. It's not direct.
Keep saying words. I don't know what they mean.
It's not very direct. It's more like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Right. That's so.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is an overwrought film to some extent.
That's so draconian of you. I don't know. Is that right? Am I right? No. I had a go though, Duke. I had a go.
You did, and I appreciate the effort. Yes.
Yeah, you had a go. It kind of reminds me of back in the day when I was a baby robot just learning to end humanity. Just kidding. Anyway, don't worry about it. I'd be more concerned with the end time zombie wasp scenario. But you just go ahead. Keep on dreaming about robots. #2. I have no idea. You know what he's like.
So he's
Jason.
pretending to be an AI.
Sometimes there's a grain of something that we can.
No, he's pretending to be like an Elon Musk AI robot, right?
Okay.
So that's like a theme through that email.
Reference to the Black Mirror bees that are.
Yes, I guess so.
Let's just go with that.
Could be. Talking
we
to
would
zombies.
ask you to write in and explain, but the explanation would be even less.
That'd be even harder to understand.
Yeah.
Talking to zombies, we watched a zombie movie last night, and it was excellent.
Which one?
And it's called Train to Busan.
Okay.
And it's a South. I think it's South Korean. But if you've never seen it, it is like Kate. This is how it went, right? I said to Kate, right, oh, I've got this film for us to watch. This Korean film with zombies, and she went, ugh.
So she loves international stories,
right?
huh?
So I was like, yeah, well, she doesn't bother about subtitles. We're both fine with subtitles. That's not a problem.
Right.
But she was just like zombies. She was like,
right.
Ugh. So I was like, well, let's give it a go. Give it a go. 20 minutes in, hooked.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed
Yeah.
it. It's such a great
Take
film.
that, K.
Oh, so good. So yeah, that bit of a recommendation for a
new?
movie there. No, it's 2016. I think it came out.
Right. Okay.
2016. So it's quite an old film, but it's so good. Train to Busan. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then final email this week is from Ben Lembicki. I mean, that's how it's pronounced.
Hi,
probably, isn't
Ben.
it? And he says, Duke finally played Subnautica.
Yes,
Yes.
I did.
What's up, veteran gamers?
What's up?
It has finally happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and aren't you happy with the results? I haven't played. I didn't play this week.
After years of badgering him, Duke has played the game that is the perfect blend of almost everything he talks about and then he looks for in a video game. But it still seemed unfulfilling, which I
very
can
much
only
so.
chalk up to the fact that it was a game you felt pressured to play instead of something you just played on your own.
You know what? That is probably part of it. There, look, don't forget the first time I played Minecraft, I was like, So
That's true.
It's possible that I'll get
And Rocket League as well.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, I'm right. You was like, oh, did it? The famous I don't know a double jump, but you was like, yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
Look, so your addictive game, you can never spot.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
I fell in love with Skyrim the first time I played it, but
Well, that's Skyrim.
I played Oblivion, so
Yeah.
Either way, I am glad you finally gave it a try.
Yes. If
And
nothing else, I will give things a try.
And I hope that you've gotten more into it this week. That didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Stu, I would like to thank you for continuing to badger Duke to play it. Now that it has happened, you need to go and play in the Long Dark, because way back when, that was the game I challenged you
I have
to
played
play.
that. Yeah.
I know I've got it as well. I have it. It's on,
Well, then
it's on
quit
Game Pass.
sucking
I think.
eggs and start playing
It's
it.
even
Come
on Game Pass. But, maybe
it.
Duke can return the favor and badger you to play the Long Dark week after
Play the
week
Long
until
Dark.
you do.
Play
I'll
the
play
Long
it.
Dark.
Yeah, but
Play
I
the
don't
Long
need
Dark.
badgering too much. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Either
Long
way,
Dark.
he got me
Play
to the
Long Dark.
part of one of Jay's quizzes, which was the bucket list item for me. So he was
Okay.
in one of Jay's quizzes. I vaguely remember this. I don't know. Jay did a lot of quizzes.
Yeah, you did.
Also, I have been given credit for purchasing this for Duke, which is false. I don't know who gifted it to him, but it wasn't me. But thanks for the show every week, guys. Duke's South Dakota neighbor, Ben.
Thank you,
There
Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
We love you.
Yeah, thank Ben. And that's it
Red
for
Van
emails
Man
this
likes
week.
Train to Busan, by the way.
Who does, sorry?
Red Van Man.
Oh,
On
great film.
YouTube, he
It's,
likes-
honestly,
Yeah.
can't recommend it enough. Brilliant.
Okay. We heard you say that. So.
I won't tell you too much, but just watch it because it's awesome.
Okay.
And that's it. I think we just need to do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
Oh my goodness.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Shout out, Joe. Go, Chinny. Go, 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 Chinny. Go, go, Chinny. Go, Chinny. Go, go, go.
Shout out to the people in the chat. Lord was the first one in. Big Hoss, Gareth Brain, Tainted Brain, Red Van Man, Jason, Lewis Hood, I'm going to shout out some people that we haven't shouted out for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout out the Patreons.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We like you, Patreons. Have they been giving us money this whole time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Give us some money!
Thanks for the money, suckers.
Because we're awful, we don't really do
Yeah, we
anything
are.
for our patrons.
We will do something.
But I don't know if I asked you a question that was to do with something about the Patreons.
T-shirts, you said about
Yeah.
T-shirts.
Well, I wasn't giving it away, but whatever.
We want to have a nice surprise for the Patreons.
T-shirts.
So yeah, but
Fuck your
we.
surprise.
So let
T-shirts.
me. Great, thanks, Quinn.
T-shirts.
So let me.
the fuck
These
up.
people have been paying since the start
Wow.
that I set this up, which was January
Wow.
2020, right?
Yeah. As kind of a joke.
So Deck, McGlusky, Steve.
Woo!
Everybody knows somebody called Steve.
Steve, I know
I don't know if
someone
these
called
people want me to read out their last name, so I won't read their last name.
No, don't read the last name. I don't know who they
Sorry,
are.
Deck, but I have. Steve, Adam, Armar, Christian, Matt, Robert, and Nigel are all giving us cash. I'm wary about shouting them out because they might have forgot.
Yeah,
what I
don't
mean?
shout them out, man. They might suddenly stop
then
doing
what?
it.
The
They were
money
like,
in the bank
"Shit,
account's
I'm
just
still
gonna
paying
dry
that."
up.
So no,
Yeah.
we do appreciate it.
money! money!
And I haven't forgot about it. So it has been paying for the show for 2 years now, Stu, hasn't it?
does.
Yeah,
So
it
so we
does,
have to
yeah.
host the show. It's not a lot of money. I think it's like 80, 90 quid a year or something like that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
But-
about 80 or 90 quid a year.
To
So-
host.
It's yeah. To be fair, you know what? I don't know whether it's ever gone up since we
No,
started
which
10
is
years ago. I'm
crazy,
sure
isn't
it's
it?
the same amount as it was 10 years
Thanks,
ago.
Podbean. Yes,
Yeah, Podbean's been pretty good. They've barely ever put the prices up.
You watch
Idiots.
it go up now.
I know. Yeah. Well, next year.
Yeah,
They're
so
the ones who haven't been paying attention.
I wanted to thank those people because they've been paying in the background. We don't really push anyone to join our Patreon,
No,
but
we
it's
don't.
there. And
Oh, I do.
yeah, look,
If somebody tweets at me on Twitter, I'm like, as opposed to tweeting at me on Facebook, I go, I'm not talking to you until you start up giving our Patreon.
Yeah.
You
there are
punk.
things you can do on Patreon, by the way, which we've never talked about, which is like you can do like a Patreon only podcast,
Yeah.
like an extra.
We did one of those. No, we did one.
Did
Did
You
we?
don't remember when we did one? It was like
No,
30
man.
seconds long, and it was like, fuck
But
you.
you can
give us
do
money.
like I know if you did like an after show and something.
You can do a
Do
proper
one,
one.
yeah.
So like
right,
the people's
sure,
on
sure, sure.
The people on Patreon, all they have to
Yeah.
do is like copy and paste the link into their podcast player. And not every time, just once, and it gives you that sort of extra
No.
feed,
Interesting.
which is interesting.
Some people give Patreons or patrons or whatever they're called badges and stuff like that, don't they?
yeah.
Badges,
Things of that
badges,
nature.
badges.
So
Badges.
yeah, it's
thing.
so yeah. Obviously, the money's there. I still haven't worked out what to do with it yet, but we'll do something with it. And
Yeah, we
Throw it in
need
the
to do
river.
something.
yeah,
let
just
the
burn
badgers
it.
have
Just
it.
I just want to make a video where I burn it.
Not about the money, it's about making a point.
I burn it.
Whatever.
and,
Yeah, do the
um,
KL. Are you gonna do the KLF? Are you?
I don't know what that is.
So basically, the KLF right waited till they got the last £1 million, and then they went to this Scottish island in the Outer Hebrides and burnt it in a fire there. They just
Yeah, let's
burned
do
it,
that.
It's gonna rock you.
and
let's
then they
spend.
filmed it.
Let's buy 3 cigars. Let's
Yeah.
ship Duke over, and then just burn
I have to
it.
smoke a
Burnt
cigar.
a million. And everybody went mental and like they were like, "Oh, people are starving in the UK, and you're burning £1 million," and they're like, "It's our £1 million." If we didn't do anything with that £1 million, no one
If
would
we bought a
give
car
shit.
with it, you wouldn't be mad about that.
Yeah, no one would give a shit. If we bought £1 million house, no one would give a shit. Just the fact that we burnt it, everyone gives a shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so shout out to our patrons.
Anyway.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks,
Um,
Patreons. Is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll shout out Amar Pavez because he sent me Homer Simpson in his underpants. And I'll shout out everybody who's been participating in the Duke polls. Wednesdays was Fútbol de España. Real Madrid, not surprisingly, won with 44% of the vote. Do y'all have a preference about a Spanish football club?
No.
Mallorca or Barcelona or Sevilla? Okay. Well, then Thursdays was, or whatever, the 9th was between candy bar fillings. So you have your option of caramel, peanut butter, nougat, or toffee.
Caramel.
Caramel, yeah, I think I'll go.
Yes, well, caramel's the right answer, and it won with 41% of the vote. I'm amazed that toffee got 12% because that toffee can get the fuck out of here.
Toffee's just.
I'm not.
Toffee's all right in small
Real
doses.
nasty crap. I don't like toffee. And then the next day was Poets, Maya Angelou, Emily Dickinson, Audre Lorde, Edna St. Vincent Millay. Only one of them is British, so presumably y'all would be Edna.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're
Okay,
saying.
well, these 4 poets are awesome, and I like Maya
Oh, yeah,
Angelou the best,
poets.
so-
We know all about them, don't we, Chinny?
Yeah.
Right, and then today's poll is it's about time. Get it? Because your options are 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. There's
Was-
still time to vote on this one. It's got 12 votes.
Would rock be one of the options?
No.
Oh, yeah.
12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9
Rock.
o'clock. No. So if you'd like to
That's
vote
pretty
on
good, it's pretty
today's
good,
Duke
Chinny,
poll
it's pretty
about
good.
time, then go on and do
6
a
o'clock.
hashtag Duke
6
poll,
o'clock.
and you'll
6
see them all
o'clock,
right there.
6 o'clock.
6
Well,
o'clock.
go ahead and vote. You have a Twitter, you lazy bum.
I'll never go
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, it,
Ugh,
doesn't do Twitter. It never goes on
Well, then you
Twitter.
don't really care about making your voice heard, I guess. You don't care about your
doesn't-
role
it
in
doesn't care.
democracy.
I do. I just make TikTok
Polls
videos.
are important. Do you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, man.
Totally
One of my
important.
videos has got 2,000 views on TikTok.
Wow,
Yeah.
there you go.
What were you
Well
doing?
done.
It's a video of me. Tara filmed it. It's a video of me eating an ice cream on a beach alone. because I was sitting on this step, right?
I can see why it would get 2,000 views.
Yeah, I could
Actually,
totally
that
see
one hasn't
that.
got 2,000 views. That one's got 1,000.
Oh.
No, there's this app. The one that got 2,000, it's got 2,696 views.
Wow,
There's
that's
this
impressive.
filter on TikTok where you can write in 3D. Do you know what I mean? So it's sort of
Okay.
like you
Yeah,
write
yeah.
something, and this guy was like, if you write this thing, you can see through it through walls. Obviously, it's the biggest load of bullshit ever. So I just made a video. In fact, let's see if I can get it up. But I just made a video where I wrote twat and
Get
used
it
that sound because you can use the guy's
Nice.
sound, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wrote
sure.
twat. So
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
there you go.
that's working.
Yeah, pretty good.
you're not watching the video, are you?
We can't hear it. Yeah, we're watching it.
No,
but
I'm
we
watching
can't
on
hear
the
it.
bloody thing, yeah, aren't I?
So there
We're
you
watching
go.
it in a time delay.
And yeah, but the video where I'm eating ice cream on my own, I was just eating ice cream on this step on my own, and Tara just filmed me, and then I just put what my wife thought when she filmed this.
Otherwise, like every single day, I'm blown away by how fucking hot this man is. He's into me.
You know, and I'm just
Nice.
eating an ice cream. I'm just eating an
That's
ice cream.
great.
So
Yeah, yeah.
TikTok's great. I
nice.
love TikTok so much.
Well, Millie had her moment of fame, didn't she? She got about 20 or 30,000 views.
Oh really?
Yeah, she got one
Really?
right at the beginning of the first lockdown, and she did a pretendy voice thing to Gavin and Stacey, which Chinny won't know, so he doesn't care.
No, it's
Um,
awful.
You don't know
where
Gavin and
Bryn's,
Stacey, Chinny?
I fucking hate
you know,
Gavin and
when
Stacey.
no one was allowed to go out, and she did it when Bryn's doing the curtain twitching and saying, "Isn't that such and
No,
such?"
no, I don't know that.
You know,
No.
the
of
door or
course,
whatever.
right. No, Gavin and Stacey. You don't know that, Chinny?
But yeah, she just happened to do the right thing at the right time.
Well, all right. Well done, Millie.
She got a lot of views.
And her
for
life's been all downhill from there. It's
Has
just
been
like
all downhill from
coasting
there.
into the gulch.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had her 5
All
minutes
right.
of
Well,
fame.
that's it.
Whatever it is.
We done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
If you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net.
Go check out VGHub.net, people, or I'll clean your clock.
Yeah, clean your clock.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Why don't you? Why don't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, turn it up, slow moves on me. Why don't you? Why don't you? Go!
There's been some news while we've been talking. Actually, there's
Oh, yeah?
High on Life, which is a sci-fi first-person shooter made by the creators of Rick and Morty.
All
You know
right,
what?
yeah.
I actually tried Rick and Morty recently. Fuck that show. I'm not doing it. No.
A Plague's Tale Requiem, which is Plague's Tale
Okay.
2, gets
Yeah,
a action-packed gameplay trailer.
Yeah, we've seen it. We talked about that when we was doing the Xbox showcase thing.
Well,
Because
I
we couldn't remember what it was called. We couldn't remember what it was called, did we?
I literally have no memory of that.
Did we not say that?
by
What
the
was the
way,
one that we couldn't remember the name of?
As
Oh no, that was Sonoa's Sacrifice. We
Yeah.
couldn't remember the name of that. You're right, we didn't
Come
mention
on,
that.
Chinny. Come on, Stu.
You're right, Chinny, we didn't mention it.
I'm going to do a lateral flow test because during this show I have been going down. In terms of-
Oh dear, let's.
Yeah, you're sinking.
You've had COVID once, haven't you?
I had COVID in the end of Jan, and
Yeah.
we went out for a meal today, and I felt a bit dodgy there. I came back, had a nap. I woke up and I got a bad throat. I've got a bad throat now, which I haven't. Which is the reason why I haven't been much. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
just
mean, some
feel
people at our
awful.
place have had it 3 times, so it is
I
possible,
feel
and it's going
awful.
up again, isn't it?
Yeah, so
It's around again.
I'm gonna take a lateral flow.
You know what's
now.
weird, right? We went to the supermarket last night to grab some stuff, or yesterday, and you know it's been in the news that the like numbers are increasing again. I saw at least 15 people with a mask on. For the last 3 weeks, I've seen nobody with a mask on anywhere.
Yeah.
And then suddenly people have got masks on again because obviously
Mm.
it's been in the news. Ooh, better get my mask on.
Yeah, I saw a few people with masks on in the shop and stuff.
Yeah. So it is funny, isn't it? Like the minute they put it on there.
Red Van Man, did the person ever get the ice skates? Did you ever find out? No.
No,
never
he
found out.
just thinks Chinny's a twat.
I disputed it with eBay, and they said, "Okay, you've done enough to prove that you sent them." And he says he didn't receive them, so it's over.
He may well, maybe the
I
post,
should
maybe
shout out
that.
Tainted Brain as well. I mentioned a sequel for Nimbus X, and he was like, "What sequel?" So he's been my biggest fan on the whole process. So thank you, Tainted Brain.
Maybe they just got lost in the post, Ginny. I mean, they're a small item. I can understand how that would happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's easy to lose a pair of ice skates in the post.
Exactly.
Oh, who knows?
Never mind.
Who knows? And it's not even worth. I mean, how much did you sell them for in the end?
I can't remember.
Not worth sending them signed for delivery. Mind you, either paid the cost of that.
It was like 25 quid or something. It wasn't much.
It's not even worth it, is it?
Not worth it. Come on.
It's not worth paying the extra for the postage. So, I haven't sold me controller for me DJ controller yet. I'm still trying to get that sold.
I'm trying to sell my graphics card, and
Yeah.
I've been messaging this guy, and he says, "Oh, the bank, like the payment doesn't go through every time." And I'm like, "Right." And I did remember that I've changed banks, and it's saying like you've got to update your payment details. So I did that, and where it transfers us two little amounts in your bank and all this sort of stuff. So I did that, and then he's just messaged me. I've just read this, going, "Yeah, I can't pay. Maybe it's because I'm in Zambia."
What?
Wow, really?
Wow.
Huh, that's interesting.
So yeah, it probably is because you're in fucking Zambia.
Yeah. Probably.
So I don't know what to do with that. That's the graphics card. It's a 960, so it's very old. It sold for like 58 quid.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Well, to this person in Zambia.
Yeah, but he fucking yeah.
Well, you've got to be careful of on eBay when you're listing stuff. You can put no international postage or something like that.
Yeah.
So you've got to make sure you tick
No,
it.
he's been all right because he says like I can't pay it. It's not working for some reason. I don't mind if you cancel it. So he hasn't been like a knob. He's being polite, but it's I think now that he's just told me that, I'm like, yeah, that's probably it, mate. So I might have to cancel it. So fucking hell.
I've just found out, by the way, that I've had 3 offers on my DJ controller.
Oh yeah, because no one bid on it last week, didn't they?
No, well, I've got to buy it now because there's no point putting it on a sort of a bid thing because no one's going to bid on it. Because there's none up for auction, so there's nothing from, you know what I mean? It's not going against anyone.
Yeah.
But they've all been automatically declined because I put a minimum 140 on it. So it's on at 160, but I'll accept 140.
Yeah.
And the first offer they put in is the same person's put 3 offers in. The first one they put in was, let me have a look. I'll tell you how many.
Oh, they're proper cheeky with the offers.
Oh, yeah. First one was something like 68 quid.
Yeah.
Right. Then they did another offer of something like 89 quid. And then, to be fair, they did go to 109.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have put the automatically decline offers thing because I might have come back and gone, tell you what, if you give me 130, it's yours or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't want to sell it too cheap though, because the average it goes for is about 150 quid according to eBay.
These days, as soon as you put something on eBay, you get like 2 or 3 offers, like bam, like that.
Yeah, but I completely missed them because they automatically declined them.
Yeah.
So.
Red Van Man said he could collect it, the graphics card, from Zambia.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Just come over and get it. Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
It's if you look at the video feed, it looks like the stream's like paused because we're all just very still.
I know, yeah, we're very still.
I mean, the show's
Not
over.
anymore.
What's freaking me out
Yeah,
is
I
the
stopped
show's
recording
over,
a while ago.
and
Yeah.
Duke
What are you
is
doing?
still here.
Well, it's because I don't have to start grading papers.
That's true. Wow.
Dude,
Now I have
the
to
world
like,
opens up so
talk
much.
to you.
Yeah, well, let's not get crazy.
Yeah. And Stu probably hasn't got work tomorrow. That's why he's still here.
That's right. I haven't got work tomorrow, so that's why I'm still here.
So.
So
we could do a Patreon
Hey,
after show.
I can contact this.
Yeah,
I can
fuck you,
contact this
Patreon.
dude. By the way, I'm going to contact him and go, look, I've seen that you've made a few offers. Enter item number. Fucking hell. How do I do that? How do I do that? Hold on. God, this is complicated. What's my item number?
I might record.
Well, now I gotta go. See you guys later.
Gotta
Have a
go.
good night.
See you later.
Yeah.
I might
Stu starts
Stu,
sorting through his goddamn
Yeah.
email.
I might record a like a not like a fake one, but like a mini episode for the Patreon listeners, just to test it.
All right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like where we just do a test one. Then if we ever want to do like an after show or talk about a topic or something, when you've got time, we can do like little 10-minute shows or something, now and again.
Yeah, maybe we should do something like that.
You know, like just like, oh, let's talk about this for 10 minutes, you know, and then we just put it out there. It's just something else, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think we should maybe do something like that. Well, let's have a see. Invalid item number, for fuck's sake.
It's fucked.
All right. I'll just say not about an item. I'm lying, but it's a lie. Hold up.
I'm gonna take this lateral flow now.
I know. I'll wait and see if you're positive.
Alright,
Hi there.
I'll do it live. This is what the Patreon listeners should get. Let's record it. I'm gonna record it.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Right. Welcome to the
Is Chinny positive of COVID?
welcome to the extra Patreon episode. This is an exclusive episode for the Patreon listeners. Say hello to them, Stu.
Hello.
And we've just finished episode 649. By the way, if anybody in the Patreon wants to be on 650, Stu, we never talked about it.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We have got a 650th show.
So if you want to be
Coming
on the
up.
650,
Coming up.
then yeah, let us know. Hit us up. But I'm going to take a live lateral flow test. And then me and Stu are just going to shoot the shit, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just writing to this dude on eBay to try and get rid of the DJ controller.
So I haven't taken a lateral flow test for ages. It's lucky as well. This is our last one.
I'm putting it in dollars. It's not dollars I need, is it? It's
dollars.
pounds. Not
So
in
what-
America.
While we've got the Patreon listeners, Stu,
Yeah.
I asked you and Duke, what if you could have a Veteran Gamers t-shirt, what t-shirt would it be? By the way, this episode is kind of a test, so I'm sorry if it's shit, but what t-shirt would it be? Obviously, a standard t-shirt would be a white t-shirt with a black Veteran Gamers logo on the chest, and a black t-shirt with the white Veteran Gamers logo. So that's an easy one. But what did you come up with, Stu? Can you remember any?
I cannot even remember. I think just some of the stupid stuff we've said over the years.
Like,
You know,
I think.
I don't know how you'd spell it, but you know, like me going.
Yeah, I think "fuck this game, I'm done" is pretty good.
Yeah, fuck this game, I'm done. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this swab in my throat. So I'm gonna do it
God.
off camera though, because it's not very pleasant. So we'll give it a go. Oh, it's horrible. It's
Right,
horrible.
I've sent a message to him. I've said, look, I'll accept 140 and see if he comes back and goes, will you come down to 130? I just want to get rid of it, quite honestly. Let's get rid of this shit. You don't want shit hanging around in your house, do you, Chinny?
No, Tara says that about me.
Yeah, well. Here we go. So, Chinny, how's it going? How are you feeling? Have you done your 10 seconds? It's good. It's doing it.
Oh god, it's
Oh
up my nose.
God,
It's up my nose.
that is absolutely gross watching you stick a swab up your nostril.
Oh god. Right.
Moment of truth.
I'm
Are you
opening the,
COVID positive again?
The what do you call it? Like the.
You know what? You're wrinkling your face. I still have to do these twice a week.
Oh,
By the way,
God.
twice a week.
Right, I'm putting it in.
Yeah.
So you
I've
put
got
it in.
new ones, by the way. That are double. You meant to squeeze it at the bottom, by the way, to activate the antigen. That's in
Okay.
it. So you meant to squeeze the tube at the bottom at the same time. So you squeeze it against the swab.
Well, I usually squeeze it on the way out.
Yeah, you squeeze it against it because that activates the antigen inside the swabby bit.
Okay.
Right. Ugh.
Oh, that's gross. That's
But the
fucking-
new ones, by the way, the new ones I've got, you just stick them up each nostril, so you don't have to put it in your throat.
You just stick it up your bum.
Stick it up your bum.
Right.
15 seconds.
Here we go. Right.
2 drops, people. Here
2
we
drops.
go.
Dropping
2 drops.
I bet the patrons are glad that they paid a
I know,
$5
yeah.
a month for this.
See, I want to go to bed, but now I've got to wait 10 minutes to see what your result says.
Okay, 2 drops are in.
Are
Here we
you
go.
positive?
I honestly, like, I feel like awful as the show was going on. I was getting worse and worse. I
Did
actually
it feel
don't.
like when you had it last time? Is the question, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. You know when I was talking about my back, like my lower back and stuff, like my body aches. That's what it
Yeah.
is. You know when you're sensitive to the touch and stuff like that. But I actually feel a little bit better right now. But I was during that show, I was fucking awful. So anyway, what we're talking to the patrons, Stu. This is a Patreon episode.
It is. Oh yeah, I forgot about that
Right.
stuff.
So with t-shirts, black and white. The t-shirts I've got, yeah, the black t-shirt with the logo on it, white t-shirt with the logo on it. When I say I've got them, I'm like designed them. I think "Fuck This Game I'm Done" is a pretty good one, and I could do
That's pretty
2
good.
versions of that. I could do "Fuck This Game I'm Done" or "F This Game I'm Done." So for the kids.
Yeah, for the
Um,
kids, like adult and kids version.
Yeah.
Because you
Like
want your kids walking around with "F this game, I'm done" on the t-shirts, don't you?
What could you put like "Stuff This Game I'm Done"? Couldn't you?
Yes. Yeah, you can't even put "Screw this game, I'm done." Really, can you?
Stuff This Game I'm Done. So what other t-shirts could you do?
I don't know. There's stuff. There must be stuff over the years. You know, like
Like what about like? Is there something with like minor aesthetic details?
What about I trusted you, Chinny?
Yeah, I trusted Chinny with Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
What about like? I love minor aesthetic details in video games.
Yeah.
Video
No,
like
see,
that.
that's a bit too wordy.
It's a bit wordy, isn't it?
It's a bit too wordy.
I like my games weird and shit.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like
Do you know
that.
what I mean? That's pretty. I might
Yeah,
write that
like
one down.
like
That's
my
pretty
games
good.
weird and
Actually.
shit.
I like my games weird and shit.
What about Jay used to do a quiz?
My games weird. But the reason why I wanted to do this little mini episode, Stu, is just to test it out because I've never done one. I've not got anything to upload to the
What
Patreon
about,
thing.
here, I've got a good one. What about Derek Signs MIA?
That's a bit morbid, don't you think?
Well, he's missing in action. It doesn't mean he's dead.
he's not
just
dead, is
missing
he?
in action.
Yeah.
He's missing in action, man.
Derek AWOL.
Derek Signs AWOL.
Yeah. AWOL.
like
What did I say? AWOL. F this game, I'm done.
I don't know whether you can really do a Derek Signs AWOL, but
No.
that is pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm done. I'm veteran of the gaming lifestyle. That's pretty good, isn't it? Veteran of the gaming
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah, veteran of the gaming lifestyle. There must be loads. When you think about all the shit we've said over the years, there
Well,
must be loads.
we've got the.
What about I want Britain to be about British.
No, because then you'll just get fucking people from the UKIP party just coming up to go, yeah.
Or FIFA. We've not done that for years, though. Have we? We used to do that all the time. FIFA.
Something weird.
Who is it, FIFA?
Something weird about the test, Stu.
Well, what are you saying? Let's have a look. Let me have a look.
With the other line.
Stick it. Has it actually got? Stick another drop on if it's nothing happening. Has it actually even started to move up?
No.
Oh, well, stick another drop on.
No, I think it did, but it.
It can't have done if you've no line at all.
No line at all.
Has it definitely got to the top? Is it like because at the
I
top?
don't know.
there's a
I
little-
wasn't watching.
There's a little hole with a purple thing at the top, and it should that should go purple to show that it's got to the top.
No,
of the
I haven't
test.
got one of those.
Oh, let's have a look. Put your test up to the camera. Let's
It's
have a look.
still. It's
be.
inconclusive.
Let me look. There's nothing, is there? Is there anything?
Nothing.
Have you got enough drops to do it on another one?
I don't think I've got another one.
Oh, shite.
Wow.
Stick another drop on it. Put another drop
I
on
have.
it.
I have.
Yeah.
I feel
How
like
weird is that?
shit, man.
You see, I have bloody hundreds of them. I could give you one now. I've got hundreds of the bloody things.
Chuck one over. Chuck
I
one
know, yeah, I'll
over.
just whiz it over to you.
I'm gonna
Bloody
text
100, I've
Tara.
got boxes of them. See if Tara's got one.
I think I'm gonna record a voice message. Hi Tara, the test that you sent me for some reason just didn't work. There's no line or anything. I'm still recording a show with Stu, but it's like an after show thing. So you can just come in. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. So we talk about. Do you want to talk about video games very briefly on this Patreon episode?
I don't know. What sort of video game?
What's the biggest? What's the most exciting thing you saw at the Game Fest thing?
There's nothing really. I wasn't that bothered.
Are you bothered about?
I'll be honest.
Are you bothered about that Stray?
Yeah, a little bit. I've not really seen enough of it, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. That dusk thing looked the most interesting for me. New like as dusk fall, whatever. That looked kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it's got 12 minutes written all over it, hasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm kind of hopefully it'll be a good version of 12 minutes. Though I don't think it's anything like 12 minutes as a story, but hopefully it'll be good. I'm gonna keep hold out hope, and we haven't got long to find out whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
I was just glad 12 minutes was on Game Pass and I didn't actually pay for that.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking on this list now. I'm like, I don't know. There's nothing on this list that's popping out at me.
No, there was nothing that. Even the Starfield thing, I was just like, it looks all right.
Yeah.
But I wasn't blown away.
What's Forspoken? What's that?
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
I tell you, I'm so out of the loop with new games and stuff these days.
Forspoken is a game, upcoming action role-playing game.
Don't know.
October 2022.
I hate to say it, Chinny, and to the sort of Patreon listeners, but I'm gonna have to go to bed, man. I am tired.
That's fine. Well, I just wanted to do like a little show, just to test it out.
I am tired.
Just to test
Any
it.
lines yet, by the way? Anything happening?
No, nothing.
That is weird. You must have got a duffer.
Yeah, maybe I got a duffer.
Totally reliable COVID test by Chinny.
I know, yeah. This is Forspoken, by the way, on the screen.
Well, let me. We're still on the podcast thing.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah,
it looks reasonably cool.
It looks interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Looks Witcher-esque. But very quick. You're very quick.
Yeah, a little bit.
So that looks okay. That looks okay.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Right, well, thank you to the Patreons. I suppose let us know if this is like works, and
let us know if you want a Derek Signs AWOL t-shirt.
Maybe we'll do a few extra. It wouldn't be every week, would it? But I think like, if you've not got work the next day, or especially while Duke's off for the summer, we could let's do 10 minutes extra on this or something.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about another hour or something like that. That's mad.
No. That would be stupid.
That's stupid. If it was our jobs,
it's
then
a stupid
yeah,
idea.
we'd just do it all day. But we can't.
God, no, we don't.
Okay. Well, that's it.
Okie dokie, Chinny. I will see you soon.
Bye.
Hopefully, you haven't got COVID, but who can tell?
Who knows?
You're never gonna know because you haven't.
There's a line appearing.
Oh fuck! God, that took ages.
No, but like there's like the top line.
Yeah, the control line.
The
one that means you haven't got it.
That's coming up.
I've never known one to take so long though. The ones we use have come up pretty
quick.
quick.
No, I know. Like this is really unusual. Like it's never took this long. But it's really faint.
Yeah.
Like look, it's like I don't even know if you can see it.
Okay. Oh. No, I can't see anything there.
You can see it a bit.
No. I'm squinting and I can't see. Vaguely.
Very vaguely.
Very faintly.
But that's not. What's the T line stand for?
That's if you're positive.
No, I know, but what's it stand for? You said control and what?
I have no idea.
The T virus. Isn't that Resident Evil?
But if that just comes up, if the T one just comes up on its own,
it's still void.
It's void.
Yeah.
It means it's void. Yeah. But if you get a line on both, you're positive. Luckily, I've never seen one of those. Rightio, I will leave you to it. Have a nice evening, and I will speak to you next week.
Okay. Goodbye.
See you later. Bye.